ɛno nso awura mama bia so tumi ayɛ kama yɛde wo nsɛm nsɛm mo ɛwɔ ɛyɛ dwumagyere so no ɛyɛ nsɛm bia ɛba yɛde ma mobɛka Andres Iniesta ɛyɛ legend ɛnso de ma Barca bɛbɛko no ɛne Spanish ɛyɛ national team na Iniesta di nkɔmmɔ ɛno a yɛbisa ne sɛ na wɔgya bɔɔbɔ Iniesta sɛ deɛ mpaa na woyɛ ɛna Iniesta sɛ yɛmfa saa nsɛm yi ɛntotwa sɛ ɔno deɛ onimpa no sɛ ɔborɔ mu a na ɔmo nsɛda ne bi wokɔ de kurom ɛyɛ abɛsɛti ɔgyere pa so nipa no bebree hɔ a ɔne ne maame ne ne papa nom ɛyɛ ade a yɛ dwumadi ɔmo tadi ɔmo yɛ nneɛma bebree ma abɔnten ɔmo gyere pa sɛ ɔmo a ɔmo ni bi ɔmo a nneɛma nkɔ yie ɛna ne ɔtra sɛ ɔmo so bɛtumi aboa ɔmo ama bia no ɛtumi ayɛ kama. Andres Iniesta.
From long time I always thought how we can help me, my family, my wife. We know what are you doing. We feel very well when we work together.
ɛno ɛyɛ Iniesta ɛna ɛdi saa nkɔmmɔ no ma memfa nto gya sɛ Sandro ɛyɛ Tonali yɛnya report so ɔbɛyɛ nte ne career ɛnso wɔ AC Milan yɛse ɛyɛ ade a branch no atake saa decision no sɛ sɛ owie ne new contract no nso ɔclub no afiri Newcastle United no a ɔbɛkɔ akɔwie dwumadie no nyina ɛnso ɛwɔ Milan ɛnso ɛwɔ Italy ɛno ɛyɛ Tonali ɛne yɛde ne ho nsɛm ato gya nti akora no sɛ ebi akyɛ sɛ one day ɔbɛfiri Premier League nom ase akɔ back to ɛyɛ Italy na ebia so atumi ɛyɛ kama ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛno so abɛtɔ dwa yɛde ma mɔ wone sɛ Rafinha ayadia ne wife me patro ye friend Natalia baba bonte se ne kunu no enche obeba ye beto woni se no a 1 month okotena fie ontimi embobo emfama Barca ne ayadia ne yire na babonten o se otanachi o support ne kunu ogire pass enche ne kunu besa ba be jam nan so na bia so timi aye kama ena Inter Milan na Napoli game no boss 4:30 ena nyumre sa game na boss no men confirm we emfama o sen ukopiem enso panya for Di Laurentiis aye na so ye se Napoli president no na so America mainom yese oba betu aye enu anajo chese ne game no obetumi aba be support the team na ma bia so tumi aye kama etanim e opinion for the Di Laurentiis and na ye di no nkomo Mbappe as a player of the month our Madrid na Mbappe na player of the month no or den some premier to Mbappe se amfon to dwa so did pass a classico no so pia so mutumi win classico no na bia so tumi kama o so mo nkobo classico keke on be kwa kobo so mba win se week bia na so month bia ebedu no ye Madrid player of the month na akon enso ede ama branch na ye fa na Mbappe et Mbappe ene kwa na award wo hwe na ye de ho nsam no mamo enso ewo tumaje so enom eye nsem etotwa ye de mamo ma me fonto de se Chelsea aye club no omo so mo ye steady bi na ayade aye strategic ene se Chelsea bobo kun enso ye omo so mo sase aye season ni sase ene last season ene sase one players no ye injury prone no de omo aye ni se omo asada awaki enso de ato se game we obobo minute we me patcho match se diti Chelsea ni nyina no omo se so de Reece James ene a branch for Romeo Lavia you saw me do the pass omo sase no with Reece James na afa enti omo de besia ko Romeo Lavia so acha so no so ma se ne jena se enti games bi out to album sa players no homo ni nyina no aye nyema Chelsea club no enso eya ye to nsem na tudwa omo de the pass omo sase enso no so ma sase edidi ho because say Reece James ni games ni nyina out ne ba otimi ba ompra ewema obeti say Reece James no team no konka ho ewema no waba no wabegyina mo omo de the pass no ene betimi boss players no ama bia so timi aye kama eno club from Chelsea okoma so me patro de to dwa ye tema mo ewo aye tumaje so opanyina me patro ye fono Ruben Amorim ayaja no kuna so wetiti nkobo bebre Amorim se mfon tudwa se ayaja ebisa ne se woni se turning point at the Manchester United eno se oni ni ti ana ni players no meta di nkomo so ma woni two atwa so Sunderland and Liverpool omo tin the Brighton so to betime a turning point enso at the club no yes o se ono anya de so premier friend no ana slot nsem obekika ye no obeso so no so oni de Liverpool coach no ni asem bia omo Manchester United for omo twa omo hwe ani ensem odi tudwa no santin komo eka bibi che Manchester United supporters no ewo yentie opinina ye for Ruben Amorim message already by United supporters no
to take what I can say is that I'm going to do what is the best for the club, and that is going to be always my option. I will not do nothing to save myself and not think about what is best for the club, and I think I proved a little bit of that during 1 year. and that is something that I can promise to any fan of Manchester United.
And no message of my fans in Ruben and Marine and a year to come on in front of her. Just a year 2 days to a La Liga, and more was a classic. No, a Yadia Lami Yama, Eco Payments or Kings Cup, and so I say, and a Kings, a Liga, a Coso, and was a Jarapiki, and a buy more Omutia, and was a Gerard Mugna, and one more. It's a bunch and a Epa, and more was in a Mia Dumotna, a year game Cassio, a Jana Bassa, a Mark Quanoquine, a Yajano or your interview, and what could you kese na se emra abrancha no ekwa no phone na roba mean say Sunday yacht na no owajuma kese e Santiago Bernabeu Stadium against Madrid Bobo Corinthians na oba no kobo penalty meaning no say a team Lami Yama any team Ibai entina Lami Yama team any Ibai team level ayade so betimi abosa game be enti omma ne bebo penalty e mama ne sankotena nchen na mama Ibai ekobo penalty enso ese no acha say Ibai ne oni ne penalty wentimi anse Gerard so ebo ne penalty oni so say ne de acha say yedo nsam to Gerard so ne eno so wentimi anse ne de na djumade ne nso koso no e ma gbe mfisen Ibai ene Lami Yama aye teams no Ibai team no bomu modern enso etimi kose goal na sa goal no ena na nkebetimi ma game na ko penalties referee na nche Ibai na call for VAR se emra na at the time Lami team na winning game no masahwe ayade anticipate no so America wo tu ye no na to say enagro enti wen Lami Yama na America me pato ayade the team no enso etimi awone ayade mo nsam enso atutwa ewotuma de so owie ye no our dressing room or addressing the players ni na o catch am say omo yade because of circumstances being to ultimate mobile be no nyaje send the players no etimi awone a game we Lami Yama.
Ya lo dije que esto es lo que tenemos que hacer porque somos los mejores. Yo sabía que los mejores tenemos la confianza, lo sabéis conmigo y bueno, yo creo que para celebrar yo no puedo por circunstancias. Spanish La Liga Clasico. They said the last 10 years La Liga about Clasico me patch other games no Clasico other games no make La Liga games the last 10 years no top scorers in the teams na nyame aduma number second no and players number second and interesting Mbappe has 3 goals Rafinha has 3 goals. Jude Bellingham has 3 goals. And the last 10 years, ayaja players are no Musa come La Liga no antema aya Madrid and aya Barca no omo top scorers ayaja 3 goals. Jude won 3, Rafinha won 3, Mbappe also won 3. And then Jepa ya dema no ewo tumageni so Mama Santiago Bernabeu Stadium na yenim komo because no ayaja bibia aya set. Omo awie bibia acha sen ayaja game no enso ebaso na me yadoma watchna roof no close ayade ma renfi obakata so etinama gabe ene aye nyoma mo spray Madrid no mo be do stadium ani akata aye stadium no so more than 48% so mo kata so and 360 aye degree and so me pacho ma renfi se eno enso aye light na and so ewo no aye omutifo no ba ye no mo say 360 aye degrees na 360 no manen some fun to the say omojo mo logo about 360 no mo sign actual greatness manifest one greatness ejanom ejechene no eti wey tifa mother for ebe launch nyam ya adomochna enso e 360 degrees no much on omayo mo logo no datum no much greatness kese pa we go to the pasomo and the biggest football club won wiase eno eje pa yedema mo tumageni so eti Bernabeu no ayade makata so nyam ya adomochna won be kata so e de gubasa for no so eno eje pa no Jude Bellingham mame enfo we antu da so we din komo bebre ahead of Clasico no Yunche Jude
being mentally kind of stable throughout the whole game. We know in terms of tactically how they play, how we want to play, so it's about managing all those other things now, you know, mental side of the game, the atmosphere obviously is going to be a huge factor, so yeah, those little details that you can take that are going to be key. So it's about being mentally kind of
Jude our form into Yamia Duma me patrona Madrid key players no aya ba kono no e mo we say na Adidas and so e release aya omuni Jude Bellingham aya new aya advert aboye e de ama aya Adidas for mo we say Adidas omo icons no aya ba ko aya Jude.
It doesn't hide. Rising every day. As as relentless as the sun. Greatness wears a fabric that can be stained.
And no, I have bunch and I have for Jude, and I yet in community, I had here, me pacho, on my money and Madrid Stadium, I yet in comedy on Sunny P and so mamo. Cecilia make us a bassa, I had your opinions, oh, Master and Sunday Pray. Jamaican Cecilia said Danny Omo, I had here, me pacho, police from Munsaka, Danny Omo, I had one guy, Sapa, a bunch of Lewandowski, I had Rafinha, no more Makano, when he said Danny Omo, I had 1 week no return, I had one Garcia, I got 2 weeks no return. Sanso Lewandowski, I got 2 weeks no return. Rafinha, I got 1 month. As I was Makan Waiters taken, I got 7 weeks. And a Gavi, I got 4 months. And so to me, I return. And so I out. Najodi, I Jota, Bababontin, on a bassa, on Femia Gokra, or Siam Fontu Gasara, and what you send me Kamoha, said Jamotaba Lami Yama, Wachina, and Yako, or Dubo Dia, Madrid for the Tutu, on Betina Tombo Huno, and so I was telling you to far bar, better noise, and so I was telling you more. Now, also, or Chad Salami Yama, Eben go. Na wayana hinche aya celebrations no na Salami Yama timi sego na basa woni na ye ahincha celebrations na ono ebe ya hinche tattoo e de ato ne ho o say ono so the promise no Salami sego and the celebration no be no ono so e de be tattoo and some e de ato ne ho e do so metuja na jura piki watu komo bebre and ye be say madu for no ono time Lami Yama pa ono mfani nya gro cha de bia no monya bre so pa sa kwano se bi omu ade eno ena jura piki say I understandable se madu for no e attack akwa we ya ayaje a ogituma eyeye no kro pe we se madu for omuni player te so no omuni omu obi te se Lami Yankomo pe omu enya omu Lamin e wo makada binum ena omu nya akra bi te se Lami Yankomo pe pa omuni bintia eno enso mo to ganemum wo to akra no for se onso defeat se ne ekoba se ulusu games ekofo be do atem ekofo be kan se be premu kwa ba fa so a obetumi aba back no ena ya je hia ye dum nsem no emamo ewetumi de so ewe ga share tin komo enso e de fa aye classic no na mo ye bisa na ba Marcus aye Radford say so far Radford buy no when impressive na sena usu Radford on sporty and it is some come away
a special talent, you know. His shooting is incredible, but also physically, no, he's really fast. He can run into the space in behind, so that helps us a lot, you know, in pressing. So it's very fun to have him in our team. And
on this sporty TV in common, and a branch here, I'm a patron from Eric Garcia. You'll be saying, now, Crano, classic, watch now, Bobby. Now, Jem Pana Bakai, classic will be Pana still, ever wajimo, also 5-0, no, just say more in the time, no.
Probably it was the 5-0 here in Barcelona. I was a kid, but I remember that game really well, and it was really fun to watch. He can do it.
And Lami Yama so no one some about a private life in Kufa can win some more players no sana will see game.
Whatever he wants with his lifestyle, he's focused on a team, he's playing well, he's getting, you know, his confidence back, and I'm sure he will play a fantastic game on Sunday because you know Lamin in big games he always shows up.
In big games, always show up. And no, Eric Garcia Lamin. And no, for one to say, opinion, I'm a patron friend, one Laporta, and we share a Barca, a dear, we are supporters, no, na, of course, supporters, not as interesting. William paying for the power. We do the number to go to and on editing come on. Not no comedy, no, and on the tutor, say, opinion, your friend Hansi Fleck, and a Marcos, a sword. Me patron, Marcos sword. No me better bring to na ejama pasa and no say when say Hansi Fleck entra on the coach there no on no communicate on communicate be pray and make sure so meeting away and you be say feeling some Madrid or Banabel so city and no say the best feeling our life say o your president ma Barca na what VIP boss na Barca dominating Madrid e wo mo krom na ne omo some winning game no or say a feeling na unya bi da na say unhu bi da no say feelings no we never pray and Ronaldinho and Messi and the last season so on your sound feelings in be and some opinion on soldier to try the game Emma to make so said yeah Miss Samo Bibia I set for some game now Namia do many so episode you don't send P and Emma our baby will be Emma your rain fee Antoine Semenyo about racism Antoine ya yenua Antoine Semenyo omene Liverpool earlier season no BC na Semenyo din komo bebre ajafa enyimu racism no.
I was just trying to move on, but with the Liverpool incident, it definitely touched the nerve, and I felt proper emotional about it, and it's nearly at breaking point, to be honest, but I'm happy I conducted myself the right way and not done anything and just reported it to the Premier League. I'm even at a point where
any Antoine Semenyo any editing komo ayaja confirmation about yedi kandi ababa to him say Brazil ayaja before World Cup no ebe sase no omo airport two big countries Europe and so no abo games so Red Africa omo airport Tunisia omo Senegal eti Europe so no omo na confirm say France and Croatia and no airport Tombe face France BM Emma Winfi on the face Croatia and no Brazil and a yeto mon koma yetin sanipi and so Emma mo abo to major so Cristiano Ronaldo any whoop Emma Winfi sen ayadia me pacho abanta na kono faso equipo ne fitness ne strategic only so was strategic and sleeping Ronaldo nem nyina no kono faso da so si position we didi won komo bebre and so adia so yente CL7 Kwanya Faswa, what me am maintaining a young health. Amande is 40. Wugusa was so good.
Important tool that I have to be consistent in the time that I go to bed and the time that I wake up. I mean, like example, I go to bed around 11, 12 and wake up 8:30. It's my routine. It's the most important thing that probably we have in a life in terms of health span. Sleep is the most tool that I have.
What you say no kind as a footballer, as an athlete, and na eyadi here papa and na into no time na so the kodano 11:15 to 8:30 in the morning. And so I was sorry, Satan no no because ayadia waya over the years and now announce a club no and celebrate almost 70 years anniversary. Announce a club in the time we say semican and the place and I can see all 7 I will say announce happy yes 70th anniversary. Na me atumene when we came and so apostle ayadia mo money and so ache sim and ho eno ekobo mo game no it images bi na wo hwe and ayadia club no from announce omo eguso Abantia Yafano, Karim Benzema, so Nano Yo. Karim Benzema, no Mukobisa the same, Sergio Conceição, new coach, Waba, Namu Benzema, Games and Tanko you, now one Kasankasa, send us who coach, no, and I say, a moment Misano. Some person will be so coach no some omoko coach no omoko be so coach no because no I know never answer coach no question and edam omon central for enti only a coach no e wa sem bia kono no ko be so coach no ani ensem ode toja ye de emam e otumade so ma me fa son sem toja say Jose Mourinho and ne Benfica na me atum ne omoko me enso boso omo enso go so den ma catch us pressure I will just say so no just say we no so kon bia so me nya sa win we na bia so timi aye kama already no job by we not 4 wins. No, totally United passes some 4 wins now against a smaller clubs are or million kitten and we jam and so more. You don't want some tutor. I want to make some for one to just a Thibaut Courtois and Alvaro Carreras or more than some Kaka and Soda tutor and non Courtois same from tutor on a Carreras, you know, to pass classic on a Barcelona team will good shape or we are ready.
Recuperar bien para estar a tope en el fin de semana, pero yo creo que llegamos bien y sabemos que va a ser duro, pero muy importante.
A ti, Álvaro.
Princess of Air Stories Awards, of course, no, and no, maybe you about Serena Williams, and so it's Jumanji and Kasankasa, and auditorium or a Jumanji Cassiana and Kasankasa, a course, na a massive, the awards because we are him for Pana, awards we almost organize no more athletes in the Abaso, and Ayadia Serena Williams, Ayadia Mutum Ebertras, and my Pia to me, Ayakama, me put a brainy athletes in the breed, and I'm paying for it to me, Mabaso, and my Pia so it to me, Ayakama, you're doing Sunny P and so Emamo, and then I and Sunny Bia, yet the Emma Mutim and so I set, I'm going something and so because I Classico on the West Side games, Chelsea ball, Liverpool ball, United ball, Arsenal ball, Nina, Yababa Bititi, Nina Hong Komo, and your Santokotoko, African no more film, and then way forward, Edema Santokotoko, Nina, Yababa Biti, a Hong Komo, Yemfa, a Ensio, na Yentwasun for Chaman Pascal, only o Madrid, nyame yɛ adom a ɛbɛhɔ ɔkyena sɛ mobɛtumi ayɛ bibia ne nyinaa no ɛyɛ deɛteɛ no no na ɛyɛ Isaka Shakwan ɛne ne team no mo so yɛhu sɛ moagye bɔ mu hɔ dendendenden ɛyɛ Shakwan ɛne ne team no ɛna na ɛyɛ discount day ɛwɔ ɛyɛ schoolboy hɔ atamo ɛwɔ kei wɔ hɔ ɛna ɔmamaka no wɔ asafo wokɔ a wɔ sɛ discount ɔgye discount wate wa Kwame na ɛnneɛma te sɛ
nyankopɔn adom bibia bɔkɔ
yɛde ame ase bibia yɛ kama okay yɛni nkɔmmɔ
ken dase na mame nkyia yɛ tiefoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ ɛna no pay meyɛ pretty sure sɛ ɛnyɛ debate wontimi argue sɛ yɛbɔ El Clasico a ɛyɛ the biggest fixture nipa dodoɔ na no ɛbɛfolo a yɛ match a nipa dodoɔ na abɛhwɛ so mame nhyɛ asɛ mfɛmfiri Real Madrid ne Barcelona since 1902 Real Madrid and Barcelona ball first game. Yeka competitive games are these two clubs about a 261. Now out of 261 competitive games between Real Madrid and Barcelona, no, Madrid they win 105 and Barcelona they win 104 and they move 52 about draw. So a child say from a first day Musha say or more compete to a competitive games so mushia are very close and tight. Again, say overshare the current form and I say the current situation of both clubs. Yes, La Liga nasia. After 9 games, La Liga no. Real Madrid edi kanya wa winning 8 games. We lose baako. What's 20 goals? I concede 9. 24 points. Barcelona etosu yenu. Also after the 9 games no, we team winning 7. We draw 1. Lose 1. I 24 goals. I concede 10. And to usa be check omuna about current situation obia points are accumulating obia performance e La Liga na esa you close into a game back again means take neck out say Real Madrid modern bonu was suru bebre SN Barcelona na say Barcelona modern bonu was suru bebre SN Real Madrid gap na that two clubs no as it stands now no and said that any wider a very close between these two clubs until expect a tough match from Real Madrid than Barcelona. But Ken personally, game we ankasano obiawo advantage baako. Barcelona have that psychological edge over Real Madrid as it stands now. Barcelona have that psychological edge over Real Madrid. And Real Madrid forces so have that energy management and then physical edge, you know. And to be our edge, kakra nasa advantage kakra one no. Se two clubs and I say the premier new airco. Not previously, but I type in the young copa. So almost said the CBMA, a na mentally no. The type in the young cono wa dream this or you'll be a type no and found situation and the room no. So the reason why I make us a Barcelona what that psychological edge in say. So what check on my last 4 games are Barcelona abu Real Madrid sir. And to Real Madrid for a red game in Barcelona for red game no. Advantage back Barcelona 1 year say already me say last season or dominating Real Madrid into that psychological edge I advantage at the Barcelona. Real Madrid first him say almost for 2 teams ni currently na almost show biano a physical picker Real Madrid was through knowing Barcelona injury list no Real Madrid 4 players to be a by Barcelona the other boss. We are talking about Clasico Barcelona lose on first choice goalkeeper Juan Garcia. Olusu Gavi, Olusu Lewandowski, Olusu Dani Olmo, Olusu Rafinha. All in Pokran will be able to bet my banana sombo. Now, same players in Pokran returning from injury, no. Omunyan will chill on the physical peak. And to remember the friend was sad, Gideon say, in terms of say, manage sa physical aspect of the game, no, almost through. And to Omunyan edge, and as advantage, Baku going into this game, a bet more play advantage at the both sides. By King. Obi a watch Clasico na nse you know eya na nyoma be brain se sawo Clasico ni mo enti Clasico na nse wo hwa eye details nkiti bi ana ya na esisa game no de di kan wa we be stay discipline wo game ni enti se wo tie di Bellingham wo bo ni interview no tie di okan ni ya Clasico na nse yambo ni hisu we someone last season de ya eye club a wo be stay discipline wo game ni both tactical discipline and self-discipline. A play advantage can see at the mount. Why we take a moment opportunity ne ba ube take advantage ube utilize some moment no a play advantage at the mount and coach ube to me I'm making sure say ube adapted to game situation game how we see kono ube to mama meji now so do we rag game nim and individual brilliance and then your man and say classic we di win until last season in Pokra Barcelona dominated Real Madrid almost said Real Madrid na yes Real Madrid for Mbobo na yes Real Madrid for creative chances yebo classic na e go to a time Barcelona to be pick na drop na Real Madrid for the take advantage until you want to take moment individual brilliance coach abet must make sure say we be adapted to game situation no una mostly come out me nye sure say nyame ya adom echi na be sesa yes am no we ya na be sa akwa hu it is up to two clubs and they say omo ebe hu kwa be fa so owura game nim by kin yen wa game nim ankasa proper Barcelona this season and I say if it is a Hansi Flick e be fa abobuku no obi a watch Barcelona ne Hansi Flick enye news I just won hwe Barcelona o pese o attack o control game no o possess game no o pese o dictating the tempo of the game and ne Hansi Flick o attacking football na yen control and style of play no it means sa playing against Real Madrid enye ne ana Barcelona ko share Real Madrid da Barcelona so be defensive game derby ye be Barcelona be try say be open up be crab on more be attack Real Madrid be buku ene Hansi Flick ne style of play those on touchline and farmer Barcelona o ko Real Madrid so a if it say Alonso be fa be buku no or try so be say Real Madrid for style of play ne kakra enti Alonso e be fa Real Madrid no Real Madrid for style of play it say mo pe attacking football young body from a chair young crab on ne kakra we making sure say you be control game no without pressure we am fire star passing network no and fan creative chances no so compare Real Madrid last season and Real Madrid this season I say season as no who said the style of Real Madrid no atinya sesa kakra that's the reason why La Liga after 9 games ayabo no Barcelona omo average possession is 70.7%. 70.7%. Then over Real Madrid, the average possession is 63.8. When you compare last season, I bought Real Madrid in the first 9 games, no, now on average 63.8% in terms of possession. But Alonso, in the first 9 games of La Liga, no, we average 69.8% of ball possession. So a chance, a chance for me, the chance say, and the two coaches are almost attacking game, almost control. So for once, you better witness 2 clubs are or be able to try so the ball better form. A passing ball, so be making sure say or the passes network able create chances because some are 2 coaches naturally say on person ball. But we check Barcelona this season. Barcelona matches or drop points. Barcelona matches or struggle in against Vallecano, against Sevilla, against PSG. These are classic examples I bet me use. Teams are not a Barcelona against Pano. Any teams are Barcelona Jiba. Omo press Barcelona pan intensity no was so. Omo very aggressive with omo press. Omo tie Barcelona this season. Teams are time bia no omo ma Barcelona enya sa traditional central control. Omo ha Barcelona. And teams are omo tie beating Barcelona. Omo highlight defense no. Omo tie eshe Barcelona. Et be ha Barcelona again. So a kwanya Barcelona first so e consider lose games no. And the kwanya is say Real Madrid for bet my na. So the first question I maybe say me kocha Barcelona ni PSG, Barcelona ni Vallecano, Barcelona ni Sevilla. Ekwanya Sevilla fa so say Barcelona. Ekwanya PSG fa so tete Barcelona. Ekwanya Vallecano fa so tete Barcelona no. Real Madrid for bet my yes. That's the first question. And say teams are not type pressing Barcelona Panayana Barcelona struggle because Barcelona at time on the ball no pass it. So we say Alonso no Real Madrid beat my press higher na or beat my counter pressing. The answer is yes. Because last season under Carlo Ancelotti, na Carlo Ancelotti ka say omo press higher, omo no coordinated. Because if you need Mbappe press na say obi am back up the press. But Alonso be fa Real Madrid boku no kakra wa demonstrate a try na say anytime be a Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, and Master Antoine, so 3 players no better press na say e position half no. You say Real Madrid from midfielders, say e Jude Bellingham, e Tchouaméni, e Ada Goulet, omo nyina say push ko mani. Etimi ko back up the press. It got to a time ni fullbacks ni pocket mi ko mani e ko back up the press. So we say season na say ade ba ko Real Madrid for timi ye pa no e yo mo high press and a counter pressing. as I say no omo improve in terms of calculation in their pressing and how we coordinated in their pressing. That's the reason why I can baby ayabo La Liga no do no upetima when we need boss kese e position final third Real Madrid that you say last season na omo impress no by this season and Alonso baby ayabo La Liga matches no do no Real Madrid na yebo boku when we need possession e position final third every single game you are averaging 5.2 e position third. There is no single club in La Liga single ball position third no only yes Real Madrid assistance now. So Alonso no Real Madrid that demonstrate say on betima press high which you expect say on betima use Sadio Nyame adu mechina against Barcelona bobuku no. Last season adia ba Barcelona beat Real Madrid pan was on offside trap. Now Real Madrid for no no omo ntimi beat Barcelona for no offside trap no. Say Barcelona echo high line. Ten dia na Mbappe offside. It got to a time now Real Madrid been poker with Benabao no almost Mbappe say on time and runs no. And it say Kosia Barcelona okay opa kosoro ba form Barcelona for say almost say omo high line no ya obia can dey also okay bia no Barcelona for say means say so me pretty sure say e kosoro ba form e chire so pass wa Barcelona be omo high line no. So how Real Madrid for be first we beat high line no e dey create chances e dey ashegu e say very important. So the big question is, man, wait my yana, and Barcelona for omo high line na, omo right back, mostly Kundi, omo left back, Baudino, omo ndiem, omo back close, ababomba beka center backs na ho. And Barcelona in their high line, a very narrow, leaving a lot of spaces for wide area. And the opponent be o match Barcelona be on beat Barcelona for high line no. Sa diagonal pass ne covering so, then you bring obi oba running from deep. Everybody this time around Mbappe bit my time in runs and came in okasi one player back La Liga say oh yeah they are running from deep you know beat offside trap abante friend say Mbappe yes say La Liga na no Mbappe running from deep or 20 kilometers per 10 seconds beyond running from deep and ultimately you 13 shots. Until last season, Mbappe running from deeper. Now, outside no. This time around, and Alonso no. I'm not trying to say na. And then I'm talking about your story. Wahasi. Until every 10 seconds, Biano, Abante no running 20 kilometers from deep. I also beating her line no. So remember the forbid my target is no. It's up to Barcelona. Bobo say. Omo from omo high line na. Omo making sure say they'll be on a straight line. Ten you making sure say Real Madrid for omo outside trap no. By say Mbappe to improve that aspect. Man wait ma take some advantage no. Barcelona se fact my preference say Hansi Flick no ball ni na bit ma ko ya. Ejina the midfield. Barcelona is kan na Pedri. Abranti friend say Frankie de Jong huswa. E Barcelona will be at their elements. Because our two players now gain on the ball, you will feel midfielders on one in terms of midfield play, and complementing each other very well. And it's a Barcelona is kind. Not Frankie de Jong na pretty as a deep sitting midfielder. Not Pedri na pretty as the central midfielder control game now. And your Frankie de Jong na better ball in the future. Now I try say obe connecting the midfielders and the forward line players no. And your Pedri mum and the better ball na control no waiting your progressive ball no. And making sure say forward line players never running into spaces. No man connecting our players no. And it's our two players no very key. Edema Barcelona yami adu mechina. Se Barcelona be winning and also me wini. And no kosia Pedri ne Frankie de Jong. And your two players are king. Yeah more no time in space. Frankie de Jong and Pedri. Say omu si akan na omu space omu timer and no say omu dream do akwesi bonu beka say omu football IQ ni wasro no omu time space a omu be dream ama pass bi a yem becho so ade ba ko be Real Madrid ni say e was a time bia no omu close down these two players ye mo time and say what check omu game against PSG omu game against Vallecano omu game against Sevilla anytime we are midfielders no be go bia no quickly no more closing them because the moment I never put the time and space, or my Frankie de Jong time and space, no, or dream a pass or the man, or dream one won't see. These are midfielders are on technical ability in terms of football IQ also. So remember before saying here numbers in the midfield play. Some not refer to me as Adiana. Barcelona for creative chances. Ultimately, is Adiana in Fio. Say remember because Barcelona as Barcelona and creative chances. Barcelona definitely, Nami Adumech, creative chances. On the Real Madrid for defense in obesity. By how Real Madrid for ever avoid the errors. because when Barcelona kosia oba attack we create chances no how about we stay calm we be patient in terms of defending won koye errors leading to goals no e key Edema Real Madrid when you no fa Real Madrid for be here game nim say on person who beat team friend say Barcelona Real Madrid on the other side any weakness Madrid team no enye complete sir any weakness bebre Barcelona beat my exploit obi apon kwotwa Real Madrid matches so mu concede teams are almost Real Madrid almost take chances for against Real Madrid no and teams are more exploiting Real Madrid fullbacks no Madrid for attack here almost committing a lot of players up front so no last line of defense no isolated the moment they isolated no lose pass back up or the ball to a match over Real Madrid and in this case Barcelona also two players are in terms of size spaces no Rashford on the left side Lamine Yamal on the right side and to time biano Barcelona be decided say Obama Lamine Yamal and Marcus Rashford as a trap and to say on my Real Madrid before committee on who echo now Real Madrid before a last line of defense I isolated that on the try say on the winning ball now on send the ball back say on locate Rashford and Lamine Yamal these are players are on the run here with the ball and without the ball only dangerous a bit more play advantage for Real Madrid and teams of Marcel Real Madrid now only you saw me can say the widespread attacking ship and to game weekend na me adumetina how are Barcelona wins or no a very effective way to determine the game Barcelona wins or no and a very two players on the way Marcus Rashford then Lamine Yamal but I was again in the last season Yababo classic ko biano na Lamine Yamal na Abrante fence Rafinha who game him because Real Madrid through weakness kese pan any teams so use widespread attacking ship goals so mo considering na no efisa area ho because on right back Alvaro Abrante fence Fede Valverde na bubble right back no left back Alvaro Carreras Alonso pese o nyina involving in attack involve here Real Madrid any can say the full in row entianka ya dey say Alvaro Carreras economy Fede economy ma who expecting me for the say on be Felix Aguero no am defensive cover ebi ho Tramaine intimi yes adie no Tramaine say otimi obstructive work no but in terms of the full in row eya obusa ho say Carvajal ebe right back na Fede Valverde ebe midfielder Carvajal ko nanima hwepan ya Fede Valverde efa so ko the full in row on the right side say na you likely say Fede Valverde be right back no when you be the full in row and a one advantage Edema Lamine Yamal and Marcus Rashford and these are two dangerous players and taking a game back to be honest with you nyama bebre ensesa when and be discipline when and be taking movement coach Ben the bit more adapted to game situation and individual brilliance obi e be hwe Mbappe ye be hwe Vinicius Junior ye ba be hwe Jude Bellingham ada Guillermo sa players we bit match change game media Madrid say na Rafinha ni ho Lewandowski ni ho no Rashford eni ni ho emu ye dia individual brilliance no obe change dia Barcelona Lamine Yamal wakasa bebre wo sa game mu eni be ko ne so oje ball na Madrid fo no ebe Bruno obetima sesa game media Barcelona na enti these are elements are ewo game mu obetima sesa game no by kin se o ye o kan no cry nyasa me Real Madrid ni ball na you see ebo see play ya no o consider factors ni na together considering Barcelona injuries ni sa no mani na e ma Real Madrid for that advantage ni kakra ahead of Barcelona by all classico how I be game no ase anyhow I be game no be determined by assistance now Real Madrid from that slim advantage ahead of Barcelona bobuko no Chelsea ebo Sunderland Chelsea fans name yaji because after so lose against Brighton Chelsea last 4 games Benfica playing against Liverpool playing against Nottingham Forest the Nayas Chelsea winning minina and on last 4 games on winning minina no o metimi ya 10 goals abo mo concede 2 and so 10 goals no 8 different players and I said Yama Chelsea and Chelsea currently Chelsea bobuko no independent on just one player say on one the more goals and that need that confidence they say playing against a team friends Sunderland no Chelsea be win this game no but we to me underweight Sunderland bobuko no kin yeka na Sunderland at 7th on the league log omunya bad at all and the team that 7th on the league log looking at the resources materials ekrano na or the 7th on the league log we Chelsea we to me nkwa underweight team friends say Sunderland bobuko no Sunderland na who ni na kin omo be city anaso person bobo ni omo half omo bobo ni omo half normal locate your midfielders na send the long balls e dey call left e dey call right and players on the send this long balls no e you know ana Granit Xhaka ni Noah every Sunderland game ni ma wa kele Sunderland team no enti you game back am expect say Chelsea e be control me for me na entimi na Granit Xhaka ana Abante fense Noah and dominating send this long balls no and fan ko ni me expect Chelsea say playing against Sunderland on the south form na nkasa e be grim Manchester and Brighton Old Trafford recently Brighton have Manchester pa in their last 5 games Brighton are winning 4 Manchester winning 1. And keeping in the funny aspect of this games, Manchester be few Old Trafford. But the last 3 games are close to Old Trafford between Manchester and Brighton. Brighton are sitting in Old Trafford. And to Brighton, have Manchester Manchester United pa. And what check na league log na Manchester United 13 points, Brighton 12 points. Just 1 point and it's a pretty omo. And to check omo performance no almost the same. Pa. Obi answer than tuni yonkumu sa kese sa. And Manchester United last 2 games were winning. Brighton the last 3 games untimi wisu ye. Enti obi ewa game ni ma aso obi afom no ni wem no eye. But can watch Brighton team na. Nyama miensa ana hu omu game nim. Nyama miensa hu Brighton game no. Hu flexibility, intensity and a quick transition. And nyama miensa abo hu game nim. Dwomo yam ye say, omo je ball na, omo right back, omo left back, eye Matt and a Fedi. Omo joine omo wingers ni Diego Gomez and a Minte. Sa 4 players we no e make sure say embe overload na a creative spaces e dey am midfielders from here runners no just to exploit that pocket of spaces no be a home opponent and you be a Brighton for no yet but some Manchester United for near break na Manchester United Ruben Amorim and the players dey person almost say we need the trust of Manchester United supporters are what me as Sunderland what could Liverpool come akwa na playing against Brighton mentality approach. And what they now the boss our games now being assigned dead points, no. The same thing and I'm expecting from Manchester United. Manchester United against Liverpool against Sunderland. Manchester United able to win good results playing against Brighton. Okay. Liverpool ne Brentford game no. No man could in Liverpool recently until say UEFA Champions League go Germany. Eko win 5-1. Brentford nankasa ken no man could in fama almost after so more time key players no. By I'm give me a simple a counter long balls and my catch sir and sound the major problem of Liverpool who consider goals no the spaces in between the defensive lines no right and so who could share team of long balls ne counter or utilize these spaces in between the lines no and the moment on the long balls ne kope damn guard wo damn go atara wo on bet ma run e tria for defense ne so classic example Liverpool from first game against Bournemouth. Shantuan se many goals or say. Don't send Liverpool renew about his spaces. On when Frankfurt, UEFA Champions League, correct Frankfurt for goal no this space. And to also Liverpool for closest space. That's the only thing now. Also Liverpool team here. So let me close our spaces now. Liverpool bet me na the needed victory no making ano.
Kwame Dela. You better ask Kwame Messi about so enche. Na mamene address so nim komo kakra address broma.
Kemera say na mamenchia awusi ewo di kwa no fen baby ewo bia mamenchia no any city gym center guys ni nyina mamenchia omoye pa na mamenchia say fi di classico game no na ken nyame adumu a Sunday the 26th of October exactly 1 year and Barca share Madrid 4-0. Now, me sure say the arguments and the conversation that Enya Carlo Ancelotti Real Madrid, I understand. But if you do a careful analysis, there are traces be or what Madrid would have to solve and game no mabo. Ken, sa game no 4-0 no. When we say first half na goalless draw. It was goalless draw. Before that game, Obi Susu say Barcelona Kunde, Pau Kubasi, Inigo Martinez, ebetimi a handle Vinicius Junior and Kylian Mbappe pace na not over the board. But in the first half alone, Kylian Mbappe got 6 offsides. Offside. Me can you see to say in the Classico
Obianye the moment. Games na Madrid elusuni nyina. There are lots of moments Madrid, if they had taken a conversation in Messi. Now, Ken, Barcelona team, over their last 4-5 games, I dare you name Barcelona team ye pano eba from. And this Hans Flick acknowledged the fact say team, defensively more issues. Yes, Barcelona here their power offsides. Omuma teams any offsides power. Yes, it is true. That is for a fact. That was last season. But I feel assessor teams here Barcelona say offsides power. Say teams be offsides against Barcelona. Ever from PAG 90 minutes 2 offsides per. And now against Sevilla 2, Girona 2. In all these games, Girona were creating chances. Paris Saint-Germain were creating chances. Sevilla creating chances. Against Paris Saint-Germain, PAG creating 5 big chances. And not just a normal chance. Big chances 5. Against PAG. Barcelona versus PAG. Okay. Barcelona versus Sevilla. Sevilla created 4 big chances. Sevilla share 4 nina. Barcelona versus Girona. Girona created 3 big chances. Almost share bako. It's now teams are creating big chances against Barcelona. Teams are opening up Barcelona's offsides. So first question before we go into the game, they say Barcelona beats me out for they are creating Real Madrid in your chances na. Because you allowed chances against Paris Saint-Germain, you got punished. You allowed 4 big chances against Sevilla. Sevilla scored all of them. You allowed big chances against Girona. Girona nyemumi yansa bakupe no say. It is all this big chance na the man Kylian Mbappe. Conversation ebe kwa say. So the man Vinicius Junior ebe kwa say. So the man Jude Bellingham ebe kwa say. So Barcelona will need to guard against this. Barcelona, yes, sir. Let's have a conversation about that. Because they say, no, it is quite obvious to say, former Kylian Mbappe won last season. And this season, so share me season way, or ball shots bebre, or beating offsides bebre, or running to spaces bebre, what sell a leg and asi bebre. It's how you handled Kylian Mbappe last season shouldn't be the same. Let me give you one example. Because of 4-0, no, Mbappe nkwaya 8 offsides. Can we say the last 3 games against Barcelona were just 3? Average 1 offside per game. Let's just say, let's see how to beat Barcelona's high line. Because first game, 8 offsides. We are still vilifying you fire no pa. He learned his lessons. Now on your sabio. It's say no, we are Barcelona. What are you going to do? Kenny, let's say. First of all, me sure say Hansi Ebesis a high line in the even a mid block. Sound of a bonebo because a part of the game. Now high line no. Debia make us in a diane. How the front line will also press. So the high line is not the problem. The problem is the front line. TBA. High line or no. They are starting the press. There's a front line no. So front line na anya juma. Back line is sebi esu enim faswo. And as a high line esu nim faswo. See, I to say ukuta phone. Phone ye kutabi Ken. The ye pa a high line. I don't know full name. Name sa cover no. I say phone cover no. I don't know front line. I don't know protecting the high line. It is a front no enye juma cover ni nye juma phone no top for more. Utiati. It is most times our concentration is on the high line. But the bigger problem is that front line ankasa no send you must press last season no enter sabio it's debiano it makes the back four vulnerable why any obeka someone na asa but last year the energy at which ana Hafinya Lewandowski Lamine Yamal no more for so a press no last season upetimwa a winning possession power opponent half Barcelona were number 1. They created and scored so many goals from pressing teams and getting the ball. It's a woman occasionally. Now opponents creating chances via pass on the ball and they are not offsides. Eben a to be a chance now goalkeeper save you a to be a Barcelona near Shomo. But this time around, say Hafinya sa personal opera only hobu Rashford and Afi Obo. He's still learning. And center forward one Lewandowski we pra in and out say Ferran Torres here nyame antoma so be bobo ni bia ono so onye fully fit. Lamine Yamal he is having groin injury or bad than one ton say basa so one ton but I wanted to say enkane obetimi dia press bebre iti first of all there as a weakness kakra ewenimu enu nti ene na problem we kwasha highline one. It's Sebastian year. That is where the problem will come. Because I feel say last year the man Real Madrid for front line no more brepa na entire offsides they say they did not have good passes. Tchouaméni, Fede Valverde, Jude Bellingham, only good passes of the ball. It's either they are hitting the ball fast, they are overhitting, they are underhitting, or they are not passing the ball well, or they are not reading the game well. But I think me passes our Real Madrid team anymore. Ada gula ni pass obebo bo ni bi. Say Sakamavinga bebo enye bad. The house no gine no suma passer. That is also a very very good passer. So I am very careful say any Barcelona should do their pressing game well. If they don't do that, they have a problem. Let's flip the coin and shadi. Last season, Real Madrid Adebako no munimi ye pa ne say opponents afa board all build it up. Yes, that's a game of first 15 minutes. Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, omo pressing gidi. Essence and omo pressing ya coordinated. First 15 minutes, no ma no ubuefu no mejai. It's about say teams build it up easy against them. Can't move on to the next one. I'll come back to this. It's Yasha Madrid for so. Equeramo for so press this time around. Remember 2 examples. This is Real Madrid versus Marseille. Unlike last season, not averagely, Madrid for highline press 3.8. Ken, season where winning jump from 3.8 equal 5.2. Meaning said they are winning balls. Our opponents half a par. So this is how they start their press. Maybe I can't so much. Fede Valverde normally now say original right back no. Onu ne ba press opponents left back. It's in this case. Say Barcelona for a passing ball from the back. Alejandro Balde no possibly a Fede Valverde the Bama Markeno. After watch Kylian Mbappe and whoever plays as the number 10 shall also roll on Mohamed. Also ever pressing the 2 center backs. Let's say Osha picture where every single player Real Madrid are command to man. Last season it wasn't like that. It's the team Real Madrid Barcelona team na Oceano last season no and different because this season they are doing more pressing unlike last season. This is one example. But maybe on the next example. And now Real Madrid versus Juventus. Ken Shadie Fede Valverde your bro to then or Presse Cambiaso who was playing as the left back. My catcher say games na match in Real Madrid pressing. The right back is responsible for opponents and the left back in terms of their pressing. We are expecting that Fede Valverde will always jump from the position to mark Alejandro Balde when Barcelona are doing the build up. After you so expect to say either Jude Bellingham or Kylian Mbappe, Eben Manmake, Pau Kubasi, and also Ronald Royo. On my phone 1v1. Vinicius Junior will always be on Fede Valverde, and I say Vinicius Junior will always be on Juskunde Sese Krano. Kenny, Juskunde no play me who say about akwakosia doctors no. Cause the situation no so ya star be. And the doctors for ne bet so bebo bo ni bia no bo. Entire stars or bebo. So obebo dia, Vini will always be on him. Wama ebia or the Eric Garcia bebo. And now so say ebia wona roll there, but whoever will play as the right back, Vini will be on them. The person has changed. Tietosubio Kent mama the first one I'm in Sanka Samcho. Say Real Madrid a year build up. Build up in a 3-2-5. 3-2-5, Richard say. Yes, you said game no na year bar. On paper, you see Real Madrid play 4-3-3. Yes, I agree. Name of Madrid Kutabola Brony say they are doing build up. Build up na a important in the other paper so 4-3-3 and now 4-2-3-1. It's also Real Madrid build up. Say Alvaro Carrera no. They important say now because of now saying Vinicius Junior coach the man stay line no so Alvaro and time overlapping be say beya he will be cautious say commercial transitions be here into your television so this is Real Madrid and an air build up, and of course they have their three back solid right back no pe and no free center or free side back for no open up space in the final third. Real Madrid will have 5 players. Now this is where it is important. Kylian Mbappe Makacho say onyo bia de bia sa traditional namana original faako ni bia. He will always want to move. It is a Jude Bellingham ebotena. Now see ebe Jude Bellingham bebre. Because Jude Bellingham no also so he always want to be in the box. Because Madrid needs a presence in the box. So Jude says Otimi build it up in a 3-2-5. Jude any other gule any the closest players with Kylian Mbappe. That is if say Nyami Antumwa line up no Abebo Adagule on the right wing. Because I'm expecting a midfield three of Chouameni me pese Kamavinga bobo ni bi.
Chouameni ne Kamavinga.
Aye.
Send the Pedro into your become.
Okay, it is quite to say Madrid Barcelona midfield the say obi aya we say Pedro
say Chouameni o dem pa no ye no.
Okay, say no Real Madrid a defender. Or no team be share defenders. You see, he always fills in. Honestly, Madrid defense
na obo mo pa obe defending. Yeah, or the military.
Ukrawa can set pieces. One thing I'm for I no look.
Madrid set pieces enyo kra. Enyo kra. O me get me nya corners en kwa be 10. One rubber kokwe no one play. Apart from military na enso a good way.
Mo share back up. Heba me catch. Last season Barcelona share 102 goals. In the league, I wish set pieces in 13. Also, attack up Basa, Arsenal set pieces. Teams they are doing very well. Our set pieces we don't mention. When we say season, Barcelona set 24 goals in the league, 16 NA open play, 6 of them are set pieces.
So much in the corner kick. Oh,
I'm telling Barcelona set 6. Last season was set 13. We're crying, baby, I was set 6. Let's just say we're improving. Average say we check it, sir. In 2 set pieces, no kind of marker say it is one of those things they need to guard against. But beyond set pieces, maybe a Chouameni wow one again. Honestly, I did about what Chouameni yeah, Emma coach the pen say. Sir, Madrid they defend here. Back for obi move be a Chouameni ko send the place ho. Sir, economy there he drops as a center back and Madrid defends in 5. And only the year, but that does not mean say Real Madrid midfield no. In fact, they understand Madrid club. He also could be a Jabi Alonso. He understands to say Frankie de Jong, Pedri there. Some boys name you so more body beer. They will be dangerous. But Madrid are not going to have a midfield battle. What Madrid will plan for? They say, you get a ball now. No need to circulate the ball. It just push the ball fast, move for ball no, and come fast. Get the ball quickly to the final third because somebody be give Vini one. Because now saying Vini or stay wide or passing a 1v1 situations. only 1v1 situations, it is opening up spaces for Kylian Mbappe. That is the plan. But for Barcelona, say Madrid weak points. And now let share Madrid now. Let's go Madrid. You see, the Madrid collapse against Atletico Madrid. Me sure say emu baku krano. Basa betim ye ayebi. Because Atletico Madrid okoye crosses bebre in their game because no Alexander Stroll. He was very physical with Real Madrid, especially in midfield. Omo physical. They told some yensa omo defender, they were defending a 5-3-2. Barcelona won't defend in a 5-3-2. Barcelona won't do crosses. Barcelona will not do physical game. It is an imam so we did as Sabasa. Name Barcelona were unique at Debia up to now. Any people so and so de be Basa de Sheomo. Okay. Basa game the way they are relaxed, proud to the game, during the game. Sebasa started say or say ebia started game no na Basa she 2 a we say Basa nyeshe first 2 goals Real Madrid team no collapse. Basa Madrid she Barcelona 2 a they don't collapse, they are still relaxed. Sa psychological edge no and when me feel say it's something na yeah not minim game no I say Madrid for you overcharged to do because every single time say game no crown go here my boss I said they have a belief say the game will still turn around. And only idea they need to guard against because honestly last year 4 wins na basa nya you know we can individual battles, individual players qualities man no will be chow yet Barcelona for share. It's we can still be talking about individual players. Madrid will be name sa psychological edge you know so we nya I don't know any problem because there will be times Barcelona will dominate. There will be times Madrid will also have his moments. Madrid moments now they need to take it. That is the most important thing. Afi, the last one is say, don't over rely on Lamine Yamal. Kenny, you bet me a game no. Lamine Yamal one more na Barca still on Lamine no sakwa could truly Real Madrid for. See, it could be. Say, Lamine no more attacking the play because the more you put 2 players, 3 players around him, you are giving space to Fermin Lopez. You are giving space to Pedri. And now, Pedri shot being on both feet. Lamine Yamal foul ball. He was surrounded by 3 Real Madrid players because they don't want him to score, and they are around spaces. You see, yes, I agree. Akurano ni wo bufu in some no but many so called you are leaving spaces for the other players to take over. I'm expecting more goals in this game. More goals. But honestly, Madrid for become no cre season way game way Madrid in Timia and Shebasa because clearly Barcelona were a lot of deficiencies. Olympiacos red card they say. Okay. Even before the red card, it was 2-1. See Olympiacos storm back game with the contest about that game no because I can't 6-1 on one. Why we be blue in issue? But if you know the context, you know say still no Barcelona were issues. Well, Ken. Okay. They tell us say man you and you're careful. Over 7 games against one team. Now or show 6 on 4 blue for Brighton. Sa Brighton for no. In fact, omuni buo bako kra de mama Manchester.
Never turning point.
Sir.
Oh, never turning point.
Ken, me menya, who say teams in Kutwa no. Omo sa bedam penyifo no so a omo bu omo kra. Nti me honestly
Brighton dey say United and Chelsea dey.
As a omo di chichi fa omo so left right center. Honestly, as I say Manchester for no etimi AAB for this game.
7 matches, United lose to 6.
It's bad
against Brighton.
Come on. Wiki Munina Brighton post to be obey bia a poster or Kassetchi Manchester United. I think said that should be more motivational enough. Sunderland they met me can say minim perfect go form for boom for Sunderland for name Chelsea should be very careful. Teams are more premiership no more consider goals no Sunderland can who.
Okay.
they are in fact a game I mean person who complacency in the Chelsea game because some of these games what my dreams so Sunderland they Sunderland lose to 2 Man U for sure Man U for one can say because I game no so much please Chelsea should be more clinical and they may expect to say person who mag you continuing man a chance because I think say Joao Pedro anybody chain be but Nancy form no about form. Either Joao Pedro plays as number 10, number Gio as number 9, or they should allow the player to build his confidence. I want to see that. Ken, I'm expecting a Chelsea win. Liverpool also, and you're careful. Brentford for no master of set pieces, master of long balls. Coach, and I say, we're analyzing Liverpool. We say teams are over 570 long balls against them. Okay, Omo master is our Brentford for one. Omo should be against Chelsea. Long ball, control. Kevin Shade go. Almost same against Manchester United. Inti Adiana also on penal. Okwakushia omo master. Liverpool should stop complaining. And I know almost set pieces, and the opponents you should set pieces, baby. Also now against Frankfurt. Say Liverpool they've set pieces. Now Liverpool set pieces in common. They've been quiet about it now because they are taking advantage. Instead of the coach complaining, I think the right thing to do is to find solutions. Long balls, stop them from playing the long balls. They should start working because the more you complain, the more teams take advantage of it. Coach about complaining long balls. Stop the long balls from the front. Liverpool are good to go.
Okay, you were saying about the trust of you know, Billy, found some bread.
My mention from the Italians here. And now there was one game about so AC Milan. AC Milan, yes, started this season now. Lipadodo na and more that chance. I'm able to compete even for the trophy. Fortunately or unfortunately, the first game of the season was one Koye. But from there, I'm a bounce back, I'm a find you on rhythm. It will show how good they have played for some time now. No share piece there. A lot of people had that confidence. And AC Milan Bobo. But unfortunately, AC Milan TV went to me and share pizza. I feel that dear Bakwa AC Milan Bobo how almost set up a team and how they play. Can say, oh, but the 3-back system. Now, the science of attacking opponents, over the highliner. You have to make sure that over central defenders are almost defensive awareness. Also, but I feel that the defensive awareness of the AC Milan central defenders, Pavlovic, are form. Almost sense of awareness, pro, and almost also like pace. It was one of the reasons here. So Emma, the second goaler, person I be taking lead, and so by AC Milan from. One thing I loved or enjoyed about AC Milan Bobo Kono, the new roller coach, the Amma player friend is Luka Modric. Can Luka Modric now you plays either as a central midfielder or an offensive midfielder. But they see AC Milan Bobo Kono, on about the number 6. The pivot one, Edema AC Milan, or bought as a deep lying playmaker, or on the control games, Edema AC Milan, and with no disrespect to any other player this season, or on AC Milan best player, Italian Serie A, said we see control games, we see handling Edema AC Milan, the passing range, and the movement, game, also organizing the midfield as an experienced player, clearly, actually that kind of golden jeweler, AC Milan Bobo Kuno, and so now we're in the shape of a player. Your friend is Luka Modric. And then Santiago Jimenez will be up and doing. So a striker, a typical number 9. At the start of the season, not coaching and Kasanya and Komo. No prefer Rafael or any Christian Pulisic. Fortunately, unfortunately, Pulisic Ababa Bipra. It is a coach in the UC. But again, for the past 7 matches, there haven't been any goal from the player. No assist from the player. A typical number 9 who leading the lines. And I'm team to say AC Milan, especially when there were problems last season. Now by starting off very well. It's a sharp brand and a can and no game in Kuku in the second half. The performance was way better than striker friend Santiago Jimenez on the starting game, Edema AC Milan Bobo Kono. Unfortunately, no to me and the 3 maximum points. Last minute, and on draw at Macken, and so at take Edema Omo. Now on the part of Pisa, they who are working on me the experience. They have a lot of experienced players in their squad. Raul Abio Minamoka squad now, on also the 3-back system. And on the Raul Abio, and so Ejina Honum, and Bobo Kono 40 years. 40 solid years and on also our captain Caraccioli and so 35 years. You are Quadrado Bemu in the second half. Eba share first goal Edema Pisa Bobo Korekin also at the age of 37. Also that's Sujinem. And these players with experience and a Felipe leader and so Edema one son AC Milan equalizer in Balanzola. Another experienced player from Angola. Also so a gentleman in the Italian Serie A 29 years old. And these experienced players and a Jumandema Pisa. Unfortunately, and Yaman to be unconquered from AC Milan. But I believe, sir, in the subsequent games, those wrongs are Munya and coach and right. No, Yaman was San Eddie Amomo. There's another big game in the Serie A. Napoli, any Inter Milan, Bobo Kuno, and Asia. So, Antonio Conte, Juma Waye, as a coach, countries our coach also. Even in Italy, Italian Serie A, no, Juma Waye and Italian Serie A, Waje. Clearly, we need to do Christian Kivu Hua. Also, in terms of experience, or should be Kivu Bebe. That is for a fact. But then, we should in terms of Bobo Kuna. Almost we want to be one league in a CA. But in their recent matches, performance in the corner air coso. The last game they played in the Italian Serie A, Omuko AS Roma home Koko Shomu 1-0. In the Champions League, the last game they played, Omuko Belgium, Ekoshe Union St. Genoa 4-0 away. It's the last 2 away matches from Bono. It's there's that kind of confidence. And found this time around, almost as we call Napoli who nominate Napoli on the other part is coming from the backdrop of a poor performance, an extremely poor one. So Napoli Bakwakobo Champions League against PSV. Near Betcher may measure the 6-2. It is psychologically a man telling Yaman Korean from based on the last game of my boy performance of my dynasty. Deficiency of Napoli on the field of play can Cassia air midfield. You need to Stanislav Lobotka and about the defensive midfield Edema Napoli Bobokono. On the control the midfield, Edema Napoli. On the detecting the pace of the game, and so on film, but on your available. It's coach any option there. So the Quaco used to be Gilmore. Billy Gilmore since about Napoli in the performance not skyrocket a crossroad. But in the defensive midfield role, we to find to Stanislav Lobotka, especially Inter Milan midfield now Eben. There is almost every player available. Almost every player available the man Inter Milan Bobo Eric Mkhitaryan Mujinam, Hakancha Hanoglu Mujinam, and one free honum. And these are players who are competing. It is a number one defensive midfielder. Now the Billy Gilmore Kwakwa. As a Samrantiana Akano is supporting a lot. Kevin De Bruyne, Scott McTominay, I was back to the party. And yes, they are. Inter Milan will take over the midfield. I will take over midfield now. A better game the Napoli so wait me about. No, baby game. And also there's another problem. Romelu Lukaku the start of the season now on available. But Napoli no more fortunate to be Rasmus Højlund. Obaye from Manchester United na no man koyi. But Oba Napoli Bobo no. Goals no shebi mo league now Champions League now there were 9 familiar dinner. Napoli Bobo Kono we need 2 goals in just on no. But unfortunately on also so doubtful. Ekobasa ape and also be falling on Lorenzo Luca. Also from Pisa, everywhere a team, and your man contain for Mano, on proving so that kind of striker. In the absence of these strikers, so in the absence of these strikers, on a little bit to Jeremiah Juba, the Napoli Bobo Kono. These are the deficiencies of Napoli Bobo Kono. Inter Milan problem are going into this game. Ayabako. Marcus Thuram ain't available. But Marcus Thuram ain't one and said a big of a problem because in his absence, only both games no winner goals no, and Akolano no na baba be 9. Andy Wambosi, no so ejidam a partner Lautaro Martinez no, and you make one kind of man. Ken, so we show Lautaro Martinez because he's a proven striker. This is our 3 goals every Serie A. Ebia Andy not big player or not popular. Only 22 years, and Okrampo last 3 days to now 22. Promoted from the youth team. But Obabu Yemuno in the league also was 3 goals. Or 3 assists. From 7 games in the Italian Serie A this season. And the funny aspect is that 7 games, 2 pet, and Aquadana started, and Yama Inter Milan Bobo Kono. But look at both any assists or Yama. And see, Tokyo na da hono no feeling he has shown so there will hear your opportunity to exhibit the kind of talent and quality or no Andrew Young Bossy and to Ekita Edema Inter Milan Boko. Looking at all these parameters, okay, Cabo Milan TV Frima. I feel that the deficiency in the Napoli team, and the away performance of Inter Milan in their last 2 matches, Emma Inter Milan an edge over Napoli Boko. A double chance for Inter Milan. Possibly a 2-1 win. So I'm going to make me applicate the 3 maximum points in this encounter. Can Brentford ni Liverpool? A one gamer, Ebianca, Uyan Somo Baba Bishia straight away. I also have confidence say Liverpool Boko. Able to me applicate the 3 maximum points. But before Liverpool go to Frankfurt, Aqua 5-1. Now Liverpool have 4 consecutive matches competitively. And Liverpool in team winning back. It's a cast a bit of dent on the performance and quality of the Liverpool team. On the other hand, Brentford will go into 2 team and why that strong this season. It is very true. But these smaller clubs, so many share teams like Kessiana, they always want to prove a point. Omo person omo chere say omo so so quality omo beti media ha team bia because Kobasa will share any news. But omo ni shower omo no be make the headlines. Omo no be control the airwaves just because wa show. Until we say Liverpool here careful. I'm not a born home or stepping in the Premier League. It is true. So to be Premier League now clearly. Be a coach how more more so. And to be true or no, any Kate Andrews there. I'm not Gina Brane. But Kate Andrews also pursue true history. On also pursue a baby Brentford. Winning against Liverpool. And so the need to need the and the coach never prepare very well. So the best Liverpool Boko. Liverpool in careful coach no Moko he's a set piece expert. Ni do me game to the play with team friend say Brentford and it's a no set piece coach. Oba ye no. And akwanya aba be da ho. So head coach a free one adjoin Tottenham. Enti any adjuma no na fa ye. E fa ma ye ne we obetimi aye. It is against Manchester United. Against Chelsea. Against Manchester City. Not threatening these teams with the long balls. Aside eno. O share team we go possessive football and also nim se obetimi ahana. Obo 5 defenders. Nipa mako 5. And I don't know actually. No about 3 midfielders and 2 attackers. Against Manchester City the same thing. Against Chelsea the same thing. And to be clearly meeting Liverpool and obepe numbers bebre e we chire wonom obe ja Liverpool amana bo game no defend ye ofa ball no a no dey attack on the counter breaks or counter breaks and he looks for one person in front. I got Thiago can this season Abrante any more our body ama Brentford Boko has been good. 8 matches in the Premier League wash 5 goals. It is a Mohamed Salah who broke a ticket Cody Gakpo attackers dangerous threatening. But also numbers this season I got Thiago has been a better goal scorer than these players Liverpool and certainly Liverpool defense should be careful. I am saying this because quite fast were turn Van Dijk open spaces the more attackers about the family had Liverpool Boko a problem. Against Manchester United it happened. Against Bournemouth it happened. Against Chelsea it happened. But Van Dijk in the car. No matter some kind of against Brentford who opened up so much spaces are Shadi. Any I got Thiago, attackers from Liverpool Boko. Aside that, the deficiency in the Liverpool team, Mohamed Salah won't find in the fit. The last time they played without Mohamed Salah starting, about 74 minutes and Sana Eben, Liverpool won the game against Frankfurt. It is a big question now when they say, Coach, the best answer Mohamed Salah, you are free one. Or the university in China. That is the question people are asking. But I believe so the Premier League experience and how good I am Mohamed Salah over the years. So what done they do with Premier League, have games like this to put that kind of confidence our Lucy. Now they are getting back to the best of from here with Mohamed Salah and Subeti. No matter what has happened in the Liverpool team in the recent times, performance the up and down. That is very true. But on any day, I still feel say Liverpool was our quality. They should be careful with Henderson. He's a former Liverpool player who would want to prove a point. We want to do something against the club. And answer the former club. Kauni Kalaha keeper they are Brentford, and so a former Liverpool goalkeeper. And with these players in their faults, they are going to worry Liverpool. But the feel some more quality on the media have Brentford Bobo Koneken. Arsenal and Crystal Palace, league leaders. Oh, Arsenal since Liverpool talk from normal you say nyadom better na say Liverpool abese am ho biem. And as about catch omo. Enti Arsenal ball a all born and sing. A ball a shame kwa a ball a wasoro. Crystal Palace so one team because of the 3-back system and the defensive abilities. Enti omo both teams omo possessive football akin e difficult to the mass teams no. So omo betimi I hate a Crystal Palace. But then again Oliver Glass them found this ball now abonyina since about Premier League no. One of the coaches are on team no. A coach of Felix Mikel Arteta. 3 meetings between these two managers. Arteta winning Munich. And about ending in a draw. Fortunately or unfortunately, the ending in a draw it was last season. I was Arsenal home. A chunk of the players are available, same quality, same coach. It is almost say about Arsenal home. And the only team said last season, and they don't know you know. But with Eberechi Eze, this is the perfect game. And in the absence of Martin Odegaard, overstepping up a former club Unimomo. O signs of quality about Arsenal bobo ko ni wa dine ama obi ehu but am show them Arsenal kaka the poor form of a year almost like a Victor Gyökeres can before the Champions League game in all competitions no about 7 matches I want to mean go and to me as a stay but if be no you see the game against Atletico Madrid as that rejuvenation game that game of best answer they are sorry because we not 2 goals against Atletico Madrid on a Champions League night, a big night, setting waiting against any form of team. And you saw as the backbone, Eddie Ginasua, obviously I believe in this game, but we shouldn't doubt the qualities of the players of Crystal Palace. Ismail Assar, one fine player this season in the Premier League, 6 games over 3 goals, 1 assist. Premier League Obejinam Yeremi Pino, and Subejinam, now for Jean Philippe Mateta, and so Jinam Honum, Eddie Ama Crystal Palace Bobo Kono. It is going to be a very good game, a very difficult one for Arsenal. And for only from any performance on my dine, the family leading league, every easy from Maomo. But I believe say no who Arsenal this season what but difficult games, defensive teams, but what's squeezing way through any results. And today is also going to be one of those days for Arsenal Bobo Kono. A difficult one, but possibly a slim win for Arsenal. If you are 2-1 B, now Arsenal and they are carried the day 3 points in here. Now they are maintaining the top spot. Ken.
Me just say biggie you best see abesisi na wasi ababetwo so but my main fan to just Jules Conde Anderson so we can do two jano was say o train wo ncheche say manager na finance fleck ebetimi astati Jules Conde could dey o hwe wo si tutu American dia there's a classic no obetimi astati anopai or drive or no drive in ba ho and you Jules Conde na e train wo sisi
with energy and
American wo tunu che so na be finish junior ho adwuma omoma Ronaldo wo obi ankogina ba bia ono ahwe de oye dia Rastaman
na so was say normal yes we are fine
na mo se Rafinha so ababekrom oh Charlie Rafinha mo se watuka bas policy to sisi team no training no waba ho no bedu ye no ono so ababekrom eno eye de tie no Mr. Shawona ye ni nkomo kakra onini also about the crown so ontimi nkobi nti wabeka ne team base ne se omonkokwo we ne mra ne tai bokato okay yen fenisi ona yen komre ne Rafinha na uni se Joao PK sa akura na de ode ya akura ne nyina Lami Yama uni se Joao PK ton de fie na ma no
Oton fie we Yama no
oton fie na ma na hana na PK ne Shakira
wow
hana no mote no PK ne Shakira fie we na no mote na nansai na wo se ene no wafre no na oni Lamin no mo ne nam na odi ne ye interview na o ma ne ke kansem no
mo bo Kingsley
no wase no mo yidi nkomo na oni bai ne ye sa akra no Lamin PK ton fie we once PK no since Shakira call no o metena fie abiem
dabi
we decided if you on tena o hana no na nkra ne te enti if you nisi wo enti Lamin so e wo interest e wo fie no
enye bad o 18-year-old pa na wo fie
generate ne se Lamin Yama one Joao PK adi nkomo omodu akiri PK ton fie we e de ama Lamin scanning na yensan yeden enkae
la porta bitia
Lamin Yama fie oba benyane so PK better so na
oh of course
senior man de better so maybe as well come and plan no. And the Kingsley now because 2 days before Classico now PK do born Kingsley.
Not just one can he. Say, Basta for no Mumayedi, they say, a Yankorani baby a Pedriana say, Jus Kunde Muna Cobo, Sabo Nibia, Common Gaza. Big game piles, so be a Diasa, something else, some
say 80 million net in Saka. 80 million euros a season. Do you bear for set 3-4 Betoyana?
Already so wait me out on easy. Wait me out to fear man minimum there. We so no go. Into way ono kwa kwa chef tafie kakra no
me one ono kwa chef peti yebo boy. Sendiki ababa no so epeba bi sei. Just ha no more.
Nika kwa inspection
me so.
Ana awari for na ya na mba no na kwa kire
omo na kire dan no.
Dan omo pansa. Ba be man dey tu.
Munya rain inside the crowd we timi kire ba bi opesa otena. Ono da.
Ba wo bema na obetua
ende wo na betua ende wo na betua ntiniki se so taba so na we so munya ba bi papa ye den
e ma no
tena enti lami beba but most important ne say Nazrawi na ma de papa so beba
de bi e ma no ba fio obedo de bi ken omo pe baby man ntina
on so beba be chi omo ncho ba so da
de bi o ba na wo ko
papa wo so so betini girlfriend kwa ba
Peru back we must as
okay. PK no so pe ka chef akra no to ma kwa no challenge sa no so few na no
much
PK always sick up he's a smart guy smart guy we family film pa na still according to me you should have been in your skasa only say super cup na super
you know super cup number Saudi Arabia
no
and the company Cosmos
omo kobo match year dia oje 3
million
omo kobo
so the next 10 years
omo the 3 million abre no oje me sa 10
3 afibia 3
carrot but no bass omo 18 million and so retire
wow
ni sika ka no oje no wanje
obesa ba beji because president no ba be ye pay president
ye friend so na me no komo kwekwa ntia no eye de na ye de ma musisi an ya toso enche booking course no be de bremo na ma hunemu ma me fa we into the subject the subject Mr. subject justice ni nyina eye the subject enti ko subject na to justice ni nyina e the subject ho e na wo to ne papa ni den so afi ta be patro sneakers ni na so wo tombe sanso e no ton aye justice team bia justice ubenya bia to the subject enti onya subject de ma mo a eno e the subject no Mr. e ho na wo ton o kwakoto sports wear ni nyina e de afri JCPA ubenya bi utobia no tobi enso e de ama obaboy no na bibia so e kama ntia de subject no e na yedidi eye omo enkomo no okay yemfa eno ensuo na yemra na booking course no me de won komo kakra fa no ma na yemre kotoko game ne sisia.
Okay, President booking course yanante na yenkwe BW1 B8E 5C0A BW1 B8E 5C0A code number 2 BW1 B8E 8A86 BW1 B8E 8A86 code number 3 BW1 B8F 3950 BW1 B8F 3950 code number 4 BW1 B8F 5A6A BW1 B8F 5A6A code number 5 BW1 B90 0859 BW1 B90 0859 code number 6 BW1 B90 5DF2 BW1 B90 5DF2.
me so betima screenshot na odi amonua ene ye betwe aye weekend ye course no ena ye de amamo ene enso ewo ho ye ba bewram na ye hwe kotogo game no nemom munua Kofi Centroni kese pa Kofi ewo sunwane Kofi se mfa we ma opanye fa Mr. Dennis Ado ene o birthday Mr. Dennis Ado ewo brekum Pehu Enterprise Obrekum Mr. Jenisado happy birthday from Kofi and the moment part of subject numbers in 0535 76 59 75 the subject mamo press pulse words maybe jerseys sneakers dia kanina subject Mr. Ayadia me part of subject line mom for 0248 8901 04 0248890104 enti first line we eno subject numbers no Samsung Treso me part of Trust Care Hospital and Chenwo pay na owo it will 0248890104 now so waje ujesi bia opebia amufa korofo mo sisi a omo he on be do Accra eno anadwona na so ba
no anadwona omo
we charter flight
of course
charter flight there you
of course
just from stadium straight to airport
sure
airport straight to Chrome when this guy now could lie so when this guy
now could lie
the lie so sa ya announcement ya announcement to airport to sa no what to crowd one kotoko ye catch us omo fi mu roku aba bedu kroma after send round hwe game no till 7 to 9 p.m. to Ghana time 9 p.m. no mu kroma sisia just sikaye sikaye but these boys and level now holding na no ntimi there's some yemo pa
sure
so the charter flight for game about the
akodai
so na starting in Ghana tanya sa
of course
na no ayi for koyi Go Stars in media bimu kofufa Itaki kofa
transit na be
bimu ko in batches na
of course wa ho de ntimi
this one higher Ghana na so
higher Ghana
on be do Ghana ni
do Ghana
aso ba ho machi
omaba be do
di hun komo yenu komo ye wi op ho abeta mo aso makoton no ma hu supporters ni be bo form
enye be obi abofu
but say match na point you now mu di omo no na ya say atom o man ton player
the man ya na say engofo no mo di kan ya na so
omo de so omo say no kweso omo na kotokofo awie ayo musika se mina awia omo de say so omo de ba
the last time them say transfer BC wa say am ye kan wa say club akudi kan ya announcement wa bra na club na all ton go nya announcement no
da bi wa all ton there
say Eddie can confirm like Kotokoni can confirm say aton ansa na ebi a for na zaide and so confirm but we dey your ball match we are mo dey munya abotem na
na I bet baby mon check it me say
we be go what is say no pressure na aba hu
because someone na so dey so betimi catch any say
of course all
flight be man na free mo go to Libya every one some ka Ghana
yes ebi kwa no ya we nti okobia egwa waboa no kra preko
ebi mu gidi e pass ene anu akra no 2 games no e kan wo bi na no mu ho ne yie no but seriously so we play our big transfers this year and our big transfers here we game this year nyame no kra ni me untimi enye je so ye
sure boss no crepa no crepa send bi mu
no nyame no kra ni 2 games no abet ma hu no me abet ma hu no dabi ma hu no kra
this seems na transfer ne dan nim dada enti ebi ama me protecting me ho kakra for say bia injury bi nko ba
ne korofo na nan prekra mo me kan chere se omo di kan ye bibi bia okroma
of course
ye bibi bia answer omo kwa gese bia omo kobo lu so
na say boss na
ko bibu be fupa
na untimi nye transfer sisi ya
omo pese
of course
omo game
of course omo game ni wi it's not kotokokra ko nenim kra still
emo na me bi say entina kotoko as a football club no monim say omo qualify
David boss
because unim say omo qualifier the best player
there
etiyem fa ne say kotokoko e nanka na omo wie die no na omo kotom player ne ananka omo be ko group stages obetuni say sika na we mu de mo omo no obetumi omo nyenye group stages e ka de na na
omo cancel di na say
recommending
so but e be so boss it seems to be a boy no so person work on say
so that kind of contract big na ka say
Obetamo yes after this season Ebeka back.
Not just a 1
year left.
It is a man
and he at least a good deal so he has a lot of clever qualities. A Ghanaian striker.
This is Abetamo and I'm a champion for Blasters.
Is it over? Hey, there is a still now bit much fast.
Uncle Trosso, you will see no a year war. Na Uncle Trosso and so
2 blues power and rat.
Go for me, say, Oko Monica, because I announced it. I said, when someone will Mamusa Kobi say, when we say the only club, Aka Ghana, club beer.
Club beer, the clubs in
Punchline
the clubs in we're the same situation now.
The only club Aka Ghana, club beer.
Club beer.
Club beer, because some people don't take tongue. Punchline,
we are bass, move bass.
Go for 20 and channel metros.
You should be worried. Say, the Ecosom. Say Kotoko Elusu Abet Amwa. First question you ask yourself, say, Obetimi Angele, because just say a train the next window and Sarah Koto strike a goal.
Yes.
Omo Mosisi, Obetimi Kwekwa Kotoko.
Kwampoku. Morphine Donzo.
Win the league and go back to Africa, or probably win the FA Cup and go back to Africa. The experience those boys picked from this African for so being Webas. But what did the video every single year? We are unable to keep our best player because this is Kendi home. Say dear, and yet Ochinebia some na ya be Bobena Central for say football no na dem. Say dear.
Say Kotokone in football.
Because I am here say Adiana over prayer kwa koju pepe so be they will go back to square one. Yan kasa men don't even Barcelona. All the sika be back na sika mu odua. They will sell their assets to you. Play be a sellable. Depends on what you bring on board. But my problem, they say, year in and year out, we lose our best player. That Oko. Oko so our replacements no bebano. Most uti Christ answer yeah. It is what is the point?
Trust me.
See cry no. I say when men to aso kran fin, Kotoko.
Masa jina game ni wa some ya shawo.
Ya shawo Kotoko. Ya shawo Kotoko. Okay. Kent, my first goal no. Joining Lawson television and the obey bibia because calf for the you know quite first goal ni bia unya bi hwe ya Lawson TV na be who goes no me pacho ti say and our first goal no is a buy.
Oh, we na hwe see yo. Nyina na hwe see.
Hano keeper no the first save in the okoi pa
eche nyina na hwe see so so organize o mo biem o timi organize o mo
25 seconds na ball no kran say chewie mu free chiri be pin ball na
enchi your time no ball no
32 seconds and 32 seconds na ball no to net
it's around 20 something seconds and 20 in 30
ne 32 seconds na ball no to mu
I'm conceding time to
and the atmosphere ne dey
say without it
first goal no we are corner back sa Kent Kotoko equalize omo Samba goal no o dey no so be man ti Sante Kroko ekwan a Samba so dey ne ti pin ball ne dey to atem na ha ne dey na hopes no ahase ba because okọ work okọ take a work asha mo atika na seba nti second goal no eni anase Koroko omo equalize no na eba no Samba panyan na atena na nya akasa nti we Samba omo na eni work enya second goal work enya second goal Kent o de no so beba work second goal na kwan fa so a eno so eba ni nyina mistake Aziz enso ekokoye na we agide se ball no se nko balloon ball nemom onu so ni se also pia pass no enso edemano player no nti second goal no say na ekokoye Aziz balloon enso ntimi an control nie na ma work enya eye second goal no ho no mo na yonko penalty no penalty incident no se ne esi eye work enya omo penalty no ansa kra na aye pananka penalty no ono so were to atrem no in fact baby drew ya no na koroko defenders ni goalkeepers goalkeeper ni jide say ball ni dia wa anya no hwe but em say enkofo no ye from pitch pool what ben nyina ade why ni dia but
but we say na penalty
was we dia na penalty but
we dey call for one
penalty
sa who is penalty
penalty say nye nsankwa na dey penalty
ye 9 ye
no one can
no
we say no one can
kim ni 9 can
David
ni 9 can
David ezeko sama na yellow card because normally ana referees na ta hwe we even baby ana ball na nam na baby a ball na eko so what you say the only a year attacker na one say obago so benya penalty ontimi nhye goal ma na nyere e ma na nye ye nti normally ana mo hwe contact na mo se contact na e minimal na se na e contact so now keeper no one fan in Sananko. Agree. Say yes. Obama referee na who say ti so mo hwe na ni nyina ombewe I will say Udikan eyi ne ho frame. So what you say now player no de ne ho
yes utan now
normally so mo hwe na mo consider we nyina so e van Kenya penalty
yes na van him unfortunately na van him
but we still are no conversation for France account
ani die
enti no nsesa
game no
nsesa 5 no
enti pananka ni pananka ni na asem kwetu akwa am launch aba
ema afede metie Hakim Ziyech say he's a smart guy
yes
because
we are joining now
the numbers no should he play good stadium more with that a big club
of course
to say akotoko na house ya
the atmosphere
for the whole city it will no at the World Cup about 3 matches
sure
about moment na World Cup no be
sure
baby ano na nam nkonko bi
sure
afcon no kranka
sure go
na we just obeko afcon na World Cup
go
one stadium no
atmosphere na we mo hebo ni bi obi
on hebo
o be hebo ni bi o flags here gumu ni adi Wow.
A good experience at the Makotoko players in the Bray.
Of course.
But
to them as players. But it's a Korogwas who in the
area season, I'm so many Kotoko lose about 3 or 4 players.
4 bro.
The Keka no is a Pitamidu.
Amidu situation.
Samba.
Kamara.
Boko. Is that where Josie and Niabahon?
Yeah, Joe.
Jones and Niabahon.
Which is where?
No, a birding say may criticize it too. Because the top striker no.
Yes, of course.
A man no criticizing a birding. What I say.
And I quite be Sopra.
Coming to say or the Donzo never born.
Or the Donzo never born.
You
the Donzo never born. My man 4 goal no. Send your work 4 goal no. And so you see a buyer 4 goal no can't tell the no be my na 4 goal in the keeper no hana na kokuka no keeper no mistake no
4 goal
one fan no papa
I guess most you be all ya there but 4 goal no meaning set no person goalkeepers no situations like this ye goalkeepers you so mo nine onhwe ye goalkeepers e kuroma no obi a person o de nsa chebo
yes
because ball ni bu has speed ya dey ba no time now be ko form no na ball ne ko nti normally so you so nine
yes
just almost start you so mo fit enye de bia na be
go we nka ye 9 pass ne wo kana 9 pa but
I think like a 4-1 no nenye but field goal no do mo mistake
84th minute 4-1 say nka jani e mon kan twom can you 5-1 on aggregate na guys ne mo fit so by
o mama house aba picture no
o mo de o mo abem na e say kwa go from bebem
it's all moment G6
the 5th goal in the corner 3 against 4 that we were 4-4
Odu ha obese amame your friend is saying sa go we abiem
on the left
side bia sa de we can say yenko an yem players ye do penalty box we chia wo mo pro mo to say as we the same player for ball wo Mayfielder unya abotre the same player
yes
player no unya ball no wo Mayfielder unya abotre e distribute to ye we no do penalty box we chia
sure
the same abotre no unya but the fourth goal be na hwade hwe o mo do box na chi you do baby na kwotoko 4 players no more 3 that be go back fourth goal no be
fifth rather we need
fifth fifth goal rather okay
fifth goal no
omo de ball na ba no anyway na if aba be ye work 3 kwotoko 4 okay also be to form ho
no kwa no da hoda on the no da hoda
afi ha no one pass you here onya abotre ama obi sa be count senya here o senya abotre ama another player stand by omunya abotre se ne bofu
ne on preno
ye na nke be pia ball na ma ball na yede aba komo obi na ball na say so won abotre mu de nya
sure
ama 2 players 3 na ekono time aball no be to net no more 5 another 2 free chire yede e ba yo mo twon mo ama omunya numbers no
sure
Ken the biggest deceit you catch your honor say your talent in chain of Africa for some no muma in Jaika yeah me trimai and a Ghana the talent you say what is the talent when you cannot give results I want to ask
and there be a Ronaldo catching microphone
and a Ghana you good and so you na
good in there
just say I think say we need reorientation I'm telling you Ghana the Yankopon man watch your gold and so watch it you only need gold so why you and a Ghana Yankopon they watch your talents yes so na ya sampa Charlie I think we need reorientation see ball a move from send an anchor you see ball bibini ewu players or touch ball you know the ball the knife for so no yard brony penisa go ya we how many touches na place na touch
yes
what do you picture say the last goal can't say the beba picture say quarter counter attack na how many touches na boys ni benya
big krasa
me ba church le bi cho yes anu ti na nkwada no a say abrofo be form at 18 years 17 years omo ko Europa e fam omo chen omo tina ha che no say e hono yensia ball ne bontamu yensia ball ne boyi
o I think right after the first leg obi anu wojidi okrum ha bia no wojidi say the bia no the cast football there a ball bia betimi ati and only the only gidi no bia wo right after first half no bia hu say ade ne be den the amasa ante kotoko first leg no because Ghana has say na waka ba no aba be show you say North Africans no when they travel outside their country they don't play any proper football and then ma lawyer Safudu Kubeka say waka for no cramp no mo overhyped omo hu ball bi omo boy but waka ball na nkasa no be bon be ni krum the home grounds and one over what's our born and now you could see Kumasi Asante players they say on the field and we had one bit me they were very energetic but the mobile biano work a job ball no passing 1 2 3 no jina kotoko 80-yard area no kwa show that is football you play direct football
you quick ball check
direct football o plus 1 2 3 no jina box ya cheno and a whole boss our ball more quality in the and everything and for me I feel second the Bessian you know now you represent from experience now next year next 2 years at least you will say to media Africa but right after the game they see you know I better more corner or connection experience or pick come the club from and you Kumasi Asante Kotokum to say they can be always build to destroy until next season, next 2 seasons. A chunk of these players, goalkeeper on the day, there were times for mistakes because look at the second goal. Second goal, pass no any problem. But all the second goal now work for the now. He had the luxury of time. No, breast will be taking the right decision. Or try more play and the pressure ban so and will take the wrong decision. By say all passing ball on the archer. all these things inexperience any idea and work supporters no they are confused they are going to support
okay
and the nipa stadium ba almost supporting 90 minutes into a player now such a situation atmosphere there it was a tense atmosphere charge and I think they know how Kumasi has something koroko work with the better side we dey argument to be and normal qualify
so about 3:15 more power I'm for the live commentary beba for Classico no watching Sunday say 3:15 and that's a game beba kwame for the credible na mensa metwa men accommodation there my interviews be brilliant so
Ken after game no say we will be a ope football Ghana football men sira sante kodoko e was adie ba ko pen about him ye football na ka eche kotoko na akwa kolusu mijitum say house of folk and some obodu kolusu says one no kotoko for tree has the same thing ana kotoko lusu a house for tree kotoko e normal ma agro ne de like kin say ofre from baby a you be free bana I also aware who the Ghana football because kwaku Ken Gab no mo de Ghana say your clubs everywhere Gab na say other clubs in the emuwa say yeah na me person me compare ye ne North Africa for the program because some dem come many by countries which is Tanzania mo na say for no okay Gab no mo de man no anu edin enu nya koba nu nya na iska
kwame me ye team si me ye hu ni say when we play this cat, you discover where we are singing at the moment. Don't be anombe. Dimitri Uti. About our situation, the minion who almost cannot almost say anything.
It's kind of so for we
young first kind of my. Sikana or no so much the bemano or Monfama Bonti. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Diana Abatamo and I be here, no mintimim Chamano. And there's one so kruma team air kotoka. Aya Ghana 300,000 Ghana cedis and that's 300,000 Ghana Ediama Pele akura on person onye. Say onye. Onye. So onye. But one say as a professional footballer, now when him say oye key, obetimi am wanya eniama ba akum you know one say kenye hu.
Debi.
Another me show me boy.
Yeah.
And kenye hu. But decision is say omunye. Sika we almost spend anything. The here say yaton woton anye di so sika no spending no be spending saying he for no de be kwakọ form eno so anya lucky na atobeye 4-5 players na ba on be bana basa nes kani na asiashi o ma me hu so mo sika betimi aka say obetim de wani aye bibi ye na bantama he the chance Sylvester say be kwene yunkum ni ayi enso mo de co training ground so na so omo de co training ground so eno omo de co training ground so di omo to nyina omo sand the top players and awre
how omo spending no
me say over the years the last 20-30 years players are omo to nyina no omo sand the top players sika be nyina omo sand the top players and sand the club no top players into unhu ade obeka say ye we ni ye de players no besia ba ebi mu ntimi mo no mo sanko free so eti obeti say yaton abetambo ye sika sei yeton we ye sika sei but always scan kwakọ mo fa so mo spending na obi wie na hu sika na nkasa mfa so ba so de ma club no eye yenkotomra ti player ne ba na anye ya na ya se ama no contract no ya terminate no yeden no ko eni ntima me kai say sa time no me kai so mo ko sa training ground so mo kudwi ho adua green grass ade yaje ho ene ye bekwen ne ye fa ne say inkum ne yi nti now so you selling club dia esa san ye ma ne ba ne infrastructures ana
what ye bibi me
because so you selling club dia what ye ne say sika ba wo de koya ade we ne ye hu say sika omu generate sika say e na omu de koye ba san de koto players na the following season sa players no ko na wa san de akoto foforo emra team ne we
so mimi to ase how your clubs no almost spend your music buy
sika na bedru ye de bia na supporters na we almost ya ton we but when you first suspend this sika na nkasa no obeko 20 years ubehu say ade korona omukọ na omaba omachi na omaba omanim na omakoto na we aba na yaton na yakofa foforo aba jeme chono what you say we are selling club we don't tune so a selling club as all the infrastructures as all the bibi
so by say yes you how are you bit me
because scanner to Africa never scanner omonya ne sisia no de omo de be kwa akoto aba na nche so be compete
so the better take kakra
every day omo de ka
and I say omo de ka e ka di bi
every day
omo de ka di omo de better
now for the past year on sponsor club no every month be our 7 billion so more than 1 year
na nya koto na ya ode no oma wankasa no no age na yi na yi eti eda na ya amponsa team de
club dan kasa sika
na so ode ye enkoye na enkoye de what you say but on your 1 liter or G League
yeah
okay no the back and forth no more de
Africa
enti edi entima we every month mo kwaje 700,000 free ayinfi
so say asam so
ana de cho ntia say obi abawrane a ode team na sika na rane meaning that time wages are no tuade but so much 700,000 from my inferior
Dr. Kwame Che no aso
na Dr. Kwame Che so de ono ane de anon kwan
he say de ye drum pempen so a che say ye koji sika you see I mean never ha me pa o kotoko hu Kwame dem be pre na na ha me nti no management no buy your first 1 year so let them afi no maba but still no ano enye fine what you say still no
so the intimi you find
Kwame nti say ni de kotoko no Kwame u come u can say be say e person kotoko no compete with Africa they say I think say this year na kakra yen jintum say and I na make say kotoko say Europe na ye ka kotoko te say be a rest up grade musisia Europe what you say they say enka no me giant say ka resta ora Champions League and say Europa group stage cross because he say we are form ye jitu musa then we can start finding solutions to our problems because Africa the yenya hon komo die be 5 years credit because se kotoko be ya die Africa just say na no de me kind just say be 5 years ni omu stamp on authority to Ghana football na say league no oje to
den na be be o meet my yes ade
ye di sika na eyo
so ni na ni iska kwaku
enti Kwame the entire ye first CEO ye for be so better boboko na no ye there
so also manage the affairs of the
so
club.
What are you man you when I copy sika be ye club
yeah
it is a sika na be 3 to 2 years in ye they be me so the same thing and then the Germany ye the same and then I yankas there because I don't get it kotoko she say biggest sponsors here why Hisense and 90s
yeah
saying no more because kotoko e generate saying a year from sponsorship
and only one problem akwaku face you Ghana say no omo dey football anim no omo use old methods some try some the benya results abia say football no grow beyond say the you no because fan say we to say Richmond Lamptey at the time we be first Sante Kodoko we quote this amount we but you benya penny obeka say penny ba ko na ye niema platform and ye boa o be no better say dey na say because we be
from those days names are 9,000 Ghana cedis say I do remember I mean come on everybody bo how say to say somebody onam kwan so be ko free what you say if Koto gives Samba 20,000 a month I'm just saying something to Ken Koto remember Samba 20,000 a month for him to stay maybe I will extend it for 2 years 20,000 kotoko nim na kuma mu say me mama Samba 20,000 me manent now me I just want to extend so that I will sell instead of letting him go for free
yeah.
What I say inti Samba demands na open you pay knowing very well say me manoko free say me maboka but me decide me man 20,000 what's now 4 months
what's working
in for so bebre inti mema osasika no I will extend for you me extend man here ya member agent top class agent mandate to say go and look for a club for me inti say instead of letting Samba go for a free we get $200,000 to Kranwa a good business But what the same yeah that's my boy na go free
the same person says can obeka chwo say also
I know tina me be catch oba be catch supporters ne say sikana boy ni demand the ntimi ntua but who ntimi ntua no man akọ free
so must say
the supporters na say training na wo kuma no
no I'm paying for with Nkomo sisi amene kangen and I just drinking water you know mo Nkomo Dr. Amuzu mene Dr. Amuzu e wo Nkomo sisi a yento so emfamfio na yenidi Nkomo na Divine Hope Heba Aye Center and paying for Eufia you know eating Nkomo sisi a na yato so e de afio yebia yene kangen na just drinking water and Dr. Amuzu you know mo na wo Nkomo open bibia bokode
already go see hweme kin
you dey ready say yene Nkomo aye kakra otwa de na ko
kin yeda already nyankopon ase anopai na menchia na onu abedwafo na memfa enchie mu odin emfi Divine Hope Herbal Center asoye emre odofo ene atiefo a omanya bre na omohwe Lawson television no mutie Lawson FM na menkanchiro mu se Divine Hope Herbal Center yakofa aduru efe no twia herbal pada aba no asoye kese no owukumase ha makru abusuakruwa junction ehɔ na yasoye kese no ewo na otwia herbal pada no eyemubra enhaban eni nkohini eni yaje mmohu powder foam ena yede egu ya package ni kama na onipa bi ani sisi eye ne ya we sisi yade atena wo so ache mfie bebre na sisi yade nti ojo ho anye otena se che kakra bi na jeso wo sole etwe ho ni nyan se sisi no enu huma nyina atete wo ena wo sisi no ekuro abam obi die enwini ena akofa aba obi die enam yade ena akofa sisi yade no aba obi so die no wo se eya abusua agapade enti wo na mfie aduanan ekwa na wo sisi no achim pese me kachiro so we agapade bi gyanchirima odofo se wo hwe no wo busua sa yade wo bitima wo die wo hia aye wo twea heba pada na ekoi bi sisi
yo bia
wo bia wo sisi yo bia
otwa
heba pada wodi am so obi nsuo de na mame anopate ba ko gum na wodi atere mu anom enumre to aso na sa ye sa mame acha ye na wotwe miensa wonom to aso a enwantum na wotwe miensa sisie na atena wo so ache na watuatua mu anu mu na wonu hu fi mu o ba begina brane so oba na bema
mama numbers no
eye 0591
56 55 57 0591 56 57
0550 63 90 37 and 0551 22 8281 orofo ebi a wutie no wodi no koko ama wo pesa woni koko nti obi adwari yenu wuti no wanhwa bekasa nnem yade bi mpo ene wakonya koko nti sabi ukogya wona ya obo so kokobolo na etwe aba koko nti sabi obi ti ne tuwa no sabi ogya ne nan obo so ahoro kakra ewum wodru a wuhia aye wotwea heba pada se wo yafunu ene obum ondefu aduro no aye wotwea heba pada wodi ani se wobenya ensuo de no amane anopate ba ko gum enumra to aso na yesa amane num to aso acha ye na wotwe miensa koko yade a etete no wodafo ebefiri so no wagina brane emema na koko eha wo mu no bema koko eto so acha ye mfie mienu emma betu di Mr. 2 minutes bema wada yemre ewo mpem ukosie no ma wuntime mpem ko no untwama na ma na pedu omu nsam yenu wiem sei kire so de we na tuishio no onofo se koko na eha ama nkoko a wo fie hu wona omu peda bi afa ni nyina ne se watu takra anu wasum saa ama sebe takra na utu no wodi emu wasum saa nti ama nkoko hu wona omu peda bi afa wadura wo hia aye wotwea heba pada
se na tie
wotwea
heba powder
no nie
nti ehemu sen
we box ni nyina ehemu akoma ku 50
50 eti anopa
sen kuri ma se ya anopa ba ko na kinwe no de wo mu a ede ni se enchiri hwe
okay
se sabi unutwo de unu ye bia obetimi de aye se tea kura na ni nyina se mfa sugar nu tea ni
sugar nkwa na mfa bingu
yes koko kura obetimi de aguma no me
okay
ina kubensu so a obetimi de anom emema no
kubensu nti ile so ode nsuhye ana kubensu nti ade nsuhye ne kubensu nkwa na enom
yes ana ankansu there was techniques bebre ho a ani wo frɛ kira ya de key ni kan ho
okay
key bi wo ha ya yiem to ha enti bema no mo fa numbers na go screens no so no frɛ yesesi na bema yem fa special key bi kan ho na bema wo kosi ni mo wotimi apema ko wadim key we de ɛwa ne ntam fa ntudwa
na numbers
no 0591 56 55 57 0591 56 55 57 0550 63 9037 ono fuji
panyin bi owo fi ayemfa ne se ne sisi obi a owo fi wanya pass ya enko sa nipa no ofre obefre mo anase onko ba bia ankoto ana oni kan frɛ mo
ken bremo hase yedru no ne no no ye simple
okay
ha ho kran frɛ
okay
wo de wonya wo so hye kakra bia fa ba ko fra anopa ne no enyumre in the same thing ya wi bia wo bia beko no se wo hia extra bonuses a ene ma wo frɛ yen
okay
wo de wuni mo hwe kra no anopa fa so hye fra enyumre fa fra no to se empanifo bi ho no mo ase bia o mo to asese etimi twi o mo saa ye o mo ya yesi wonya siatika waye no saa kenenko wo de anopa baako enyumre baako obi ho stroke ena akara to when wo hwia enye yi ne fa adwo ontimi na nteken
obi a stroke de na to
asa
okay
ena wo say dia na me kan say eni kwa say wonu ma duro chance ara onya yaresa nti bia otwa heba powder what we duro we say wanum say abosome unhu no hwe jainom ebia na emwa because bia je duro ba ko age ne ba 2 years de bia okwa say ko na be yi ebe yi udi do abu
mo ma duro no se nipa no no be
wanum go so wa hu hwe
na ohunu hwe onja no
janum
e ma na be to bi because mo duro na 3 weeks
3 weeks also hu bibi ezi hu wanum bo so hu hwe jainom emwa
na mo numbers ne bi
ken your numbers is 0591
56 55 57 63 9037
ken ena nyem memma nko anenom o se oba bi o ho ameka say o menstrual problem ne nurses no kra emba yie eba na ne ya enu yetum obi de ko be 2-3 years ne kra mai na so wonya ne menopause sa oba no to otwa herbal powder what the offense we see in front of ho na any hear me no what the front ma onya resource ba me ka o mintie
oba na de ye
menstrual problem
menstrual issues
na ya ne ya eba o pains
ono no offense we share no
what the front ma onya resource bi
onfa kube nsu no so no
dabi
onfa orange so no
dabi
enti onfa de ne no
ono obefre me
ono de so frɛ
ono onfre doctor me pa cho me de medicine ma to otwea na me ne dey asa ana eba ya me ya
e ma no ko fansu share
dabi onya resource obeka sa bi no nye o say ye wadi bi wonu ma ye TV ni radio so o che na obi so e fa sua ye so ye nkyere da abafo akasa ye nkyere na so ma no mpena da se ne dey na eba no mu gina brane o say be bi ho no me kase abranti na mbete 30 years and 40 years by na he ne be ma say no na atwewum ayelengelengi bi I say straw I say clean enu akodi asa atwewum na wede mo no boso mpaye Yesu di mbade bo na me be ma mpenya kese enye kese da ni ni here aduro enu otwe heba powder and you do is Ghana be on be anya bito ken ha nya no be be anya bito say pharmacy say herba over the counter chemical shop nya bito na bi apere do otu a wo kuma se anya be on be anya bitu ko ke ho no wo akra so wa me so wo ko Kesben FM eno circle eno bi da office na e share wo anala pass Angel TV anase bia wo ahyamanya na wako House of Drugs Presby Junction
nti Angel TV wa Accra Presby TV Accra
cycle
ho na obenya otwa ne bia to
to enkan for na making
okay
anase wo ahyamanya House of Drugs Presby Junction wo friend say kaswa na ko Jikad Pharmacy Old Market say bia be ka say wo ti enka na wo ko forudua e Gapsen Pharmacy wo be ato Lincoln Pharmacy eso e wa Grass Road Cap Heba e wo sunwan wo bi ato was ewo takwa wone Finland chemist enina eto bi ewo hono PK Dombila ewo tamale ka de wi sports ya gidi wa bia no be bia sports ko bia no sa kro no mu otwa heba ho no
se be bia
bi wo ho
heba source ne pharmaceutical
so wa kro mu sei wo ko hono ma your friend is say station na
because newborn
one Dr. Clement Omino
Clement is will be
newborn
DJ Jarvis mo newborn
pepe hokwa na bito e na mika say bia na your friend say Doma Hin kra e Homan Sky will be Jogani will be Millennium will be otwa herbal powder no
mama me number say pharmaceutical shops na herbal shops na monji bi no na mo so mafre e la na mo
so we pharmacy and now we herbal ope bia ton number neighbor 0550 63 90 37 0550 63 90 37 wo pe bia ton wo pe bia tu free afi numbers na wo TV ni 0551 2282 81 0551 228281 ni na your numbers a wo fra emu nchechire mu bibia wo hia bia ya de mawo na aha me hia me no o say am say ma no femi Dr. Aji ke wonu say oba bia wo 7 gate nti na weekend bi me da we obi abo ba bi ho kasa atue sika saa na so okwa a wo ye no ho 3 minutes 4 minutes wo de auto atua na o say oba 7 gate no wo be first gate second third fourth last one na 7 no e ho de ma oba ne ka Aji no na wo oba ka Aji da ko 10 years ni wo to atua no a wo de ofre a Dr. me fa choma to atua ne bi na manya gate wo di mi sika che me pese ma tiem se Aji ti fa kini ka me ho na ma time mi ko time so e bia we 20 minutes we 30 minutes we 1 hour na mesrem penny for 50 years and above no obitimi gi 1 hour na penny won ka no pro afa radio be 1 hour phone be pick ya tempa cha me 1 hour me ho kire me entimi nyo do ya penny 10 minutes oni abrewa na mo dia da kene no no so when we are branch ya dia o ka time o pa o ka so na o kra o twa ni bi
Divine Hope Herbal Center Ochia Herbal Powder
e no mo to ke obi to bi yo say me ba ko me try ahwe ya to Ochia yen try ahwe because ba ko pe we ensa o ya we no
o mo ntore ba ko
ya na wo yare ya wo kwa na wa to do preko wo hia box yi ba ko fa me mfa nchero box yi ba ko na sifie e wo sua nche mfa anopa mo yeti afagum wo yenso hie afagum na mo no ni nya yare sa
me do mo say your first so my numbers ni be na yen sorry
numbers ni 0591 56 55 57 0550 63 90 37 0551 22 81 if you aso na ye ko be kwai cap heba osunyan na wa me da fom na ye ne ye ko se black ye ko be kwai na kwachi na
ene misra ma me nche emana de baako ene oba bia mpe ene weekends oba bia mpe wotwe ne bi no mpa nka twade miensa oba hinsu ogu sebe enke fi ho ba no enuku pleasant sama ni nyina mfrem na me nchiro ma de BCCA
yebedemo se eno a Divine Hope Herbal Center Ochia Herbal Powder no ebi odwa so me so kopebi ne nyina ne se adura ano shepa ba kono no meto me nkomodie ne so because me ba be din komo yenso ho nsem eyade ehia ye ne kanjene na aje ka drinking water ye ne mo mpanyfo ne be din komo kanjene na aje ka drinking water ebi de sime nchen eyinsu ade bia no ana menom etime so kanjene de emfa eni agro opanyi bibi abokode yere amiase kanjene na aje drinking water energy na ade magana for
so you better was ne da wati fo ase ona ehwe Lawson TV eni omo mutie Lawson radio ina bedo bibia ase anope kanjin fo na yatena se ye de kanjin cheche ebre yeti fo ni ahwefo nyina anope so se unyenso ni binum ya pebinom se de ken edi tu dwa no eyinso on de odabia onom nenam se ohu enso no faso dia ekura anase enso no emfaso ewom no ana ma onso age atum se od kanjin ebe ni nso a anope ewio enwo de somo on de wose woni kanjin ena ekonti anope hu cheche asai se ye peska no mipacho ye de eyapum cheche so ebe ye tifo na anope ye topic no neutralization ansana ebeko so no ye de number no ebetu dia ebia wote mu ebia wonam form ana ebia ugina bi store mu to ade what ye nka open number no 0241 44 91 91 0241 44 91 91 ana 0503 0507 37 94 74 0507 37 94 74 kanjin energy drinking water me pa cho e Berman UGC oko about route so a unsa ebeka bi na baby biara wo aman Ghana fana nyina baby biara wo hye bia no be hia se obefa no ba imi enu baako na wafre ofra empanyufo ene obedi nse woso na eneme nyina etima kama yenhwe yenkomode na de ebem na no pe so yese neutralization unse ye nipadwam no ye acid we nipadwam eboa etimi eyam aduane menka ne saa eyam eboa yam aduane saa aduane no se yedi bayere den kakra obeyam nyinya na afi udi fufu utwa eto yema wobusa won se ekwan ba so na fufu no efa so yam ekwan ba so na bayere na udi efa so yam obi wo ha emo no kwa onwesa enso omene omniwia wobusa won se kwan ba so na saa mo no enti edaso wo yema na wobusa saa question no ye wo acid bo yema eno na yam saa nnuane nyina ema ahoto etimi ba enti abra yam no na nipadua kwan na we nipadua nim nyina no enso mfasode e so munye free saa nnuane nim nyina no na omuso bie gene die akoma nya ne die ye liver nya ne die ye muja nya ne die na se nipadua kwan no obi aso mfasode e so nya no onso nya ne die amendum nya mato ye enti oka kanjina ade bebo obi atim se alkaline water enti kanjina purely alkaline na se alkaline water no se de bia ma history no ye na nanom no mko afoma omun fansuo enso mfifie enko da bi eno so bre na emum abotan mu enso ni fiba no efoma na haban tigum efoma enso no ta ho no na haban tigum mo fa haban foforo na oma pani na oma sebia no no eno ene na ebo omo ma ho ode esipi ana ye ma amenum so no eno ene na ebo omo ma wo mu etimi sipinti ye ma mi wo matna be 50 years ebi atna be 70 years omo nyina obi awodo do obi timi wo 10 ebitima wo 11 ebitima wo 12 baako fo onu be ma baako ebitima wo be 15 na obisa won se starter no onu be ene na wo ha na omu timi dia so nya sa apomde no na obisa won se starter no na hospital kwa etisei na hospital kwa no na etisei na starter no sika se na wo ha na ebitimi dia atoto sa nnu no ni nyina enye se bia enyopa bi na wo ho na mum na eye apomde mpan ensua na omunya enwadua ne pa no mudie no eno ene na ebo omu masa enema nyina no na ekoye edemo mo enti oka kanjina purely alkaline ye ka say purely alkaline na say obo ade nnuanimu asemu ma enam say ensuo no ye processing through electrolysis enti no eboa emansuo no ebeye electrolyte ye ka say electrolyte selem di ka say obo ade nnuanimu asemu ma enti eboa emanyema nyina etutoye ewe ni peduam eboa ema odada setena ekoye eboa ema odwumadi a udi no etimi CP esita eno ene kanje energy drinking water a no pay ye de hu nkomo edi a chewi me pa cho unya bi numa bomadi ase obepe bi e obabia na ope anum na enema nyina no etimi akoye edi amawo enti sa electrolysis na ye kanu eno so eboa ema me pa cho neutralize your stomach acid selem bi ka di tudwa no sa ye ka se neutralize your stomach acid na we ni peduamu no me pa cho eburu so bebira e de haba ana se ekofo bebire so a e de amane ba enti sebe ya wa acid no ebetimi aye periperi yo we ni peduam na aboa ama digestion etimi take place easily san se udidi na se digestion and take place easily eno ene de sa acid reflux beauty means sa nyama ni nyina no e de bobo sa de achi udimi de wodi fufu anadwo be 9:30 ndu wodi fufu awie waba akokon kwan na se nkatenkwan bibo sa de achi ye no o sorry ye na o keso ye no afi o ti sa aduane na wodi ye no eno aduane na wodi afi o ti sa pampan e o munim ana o keso a o ti ne pampan no eno emo ma ahoto emma nti ababia onya kanjin energy drinking water anom no ebo ma digestion take place ebo ma sa beauty ni sa acid reflux ni nya no etima dey afu ni pedwum ama nemu nya etima koye etimi ade ama na yense ne so se enhihwemu ama ya ti ase se ensuo bia ni pH na ewo soro no neutralize what acid neutralize acid our body nim ensuo bia ni pH ewo soro no pH no eche say potential hydrogen ewo soro no neutralize acid yenhwe dwuma die se dem ni ka electrolysis no kanji machine no canning machine a processor a de nya canning alkaline water no me pacho eno no enye true electrolysis say dem di ka di two and true electrolysis no machine no split into no mienu na ege na o machine mu a etimi split into no mienu e ma nya streams acid e ma nya alkaline water no e de ade a your plate bi da machine mu a your friend titanium e platinum coated plate eno ena eche into no mienu baako enam fom baako enam so ne mu de enam soro ena mu de enam fom se canning machine e wo ha bo se dwoben no e mienu baako also ena baako ofom de wo fom no ena enya e stream e acid efri se nsuo no e nsuo a enmoa ni padua e ko emu a enmoa ni padua emfa pomde emmeye e de ohaw ni amane atete ena bebe ena ebio dwoben na e wo soro no eno so ye alkaline water e apomde nsuo na ye bo hu de wu anope e de che no e canning energy drinking water no ho saa dwoben na wo soro no ho enya alkaline water ni efri enti eno electrolysis e kwan a machine e process enunya canning energy drinking water